Alright, hello. I am Aviancer, and we return to the Death Gate. Last we left off, we had just resolved the mysteries of the air realm. And we are getting ready to venture forth into the realm of fire. Great to see you, Binary News. Does that more or less fill you in on what's happened last as well? I believe you've seen largely everything that we did the last time. We did repair the Kixie Whimsy. And we found the rune of Patryn, the Fire Realm. We did have a little chat with Sarah here. But aside from that, we are, I believe, quite ready to head off into a very, very natural state for this stream. You're pretty much up to date? I'm glad to hear it, and it is great to see you. You're kind of invested in the story. I am so happy to hear it. It is a very neat story. I agree, and the realm that they have built is very cool. Yeah, this is definitely one of the reasons why I like adventure games. They can have an amazing story to just immerse yourself in. Right, let's have a look at the steering stone. I do hope you're doing well, Binary News. Alright, you call on the power of the steering stone, take you through the Death Gate into Patryn, world of fire. And through the Death Gate we go. Aren't with fairly little knowledge. But that's what Discover is all about. And adventure, for that matter. I missed your update in Tina's chat. Spent 4.5 hours at the doctor's office this morning. Is everything okay? That seems like a pretty long doctor visit. Was an hour late for your appointment and you had to get blood drawn twice. Oh dear. That... Is it like they had to do more extensive checks based on the first? Or like, what's going on there? Is everything okay? Our ship arrives over a field of green. Trees large enough to hold cities. One of them has a flat area, just big enough to land the ship on. Those are some very large trees, to be sure. I'm not entirely sure what to think of the fact that that the realm of fire is covered in very flammable trees. Maybe that has something to do with it. But something else has caught your eye. A glowing crystal city nestled in the carpet of vegetation. You decide to investigate and land the ship in the clearing nearby. Okay, so this seems like it is probably the promised city made by the Sartan. For all the nations of these lands, should they basically do exactly what they want. Yeah, that plan did not go great. It did not work out, and I think all in all, things might be for the better for it. Hello, AZ. There is indeed a dragon on the screen. Yeah. Kind of cozying up the title for Patryn. Good morning. You're fine, this has a lot of mishaps. It's like a soap opera. Maybe you should write an episode about it and sell it to the studios. Nurse fell, broke her nose and dropped her blood. Oh no! I hope the nurse is okay too. Everyone is fine? I'm glad. Jeez, that does sound like a bad comedy skit, just about. Alright, let's step outside and into this realm of fire. Your ship sits on one of the only clear regions on Pryan. To the west, a structure of mammoth proportions towers over you. And we have flowers. This definitely significantly less fire than I had expected. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Alright, the plant is something. We're just gonna go picking random plants we have no idea about. Why not? Let's grab it. You rip the plant from the ground, roots and all. Well, maybe we can plant it somewhere elsewhere. The plant isn't particularly interesting, except for its bright pink flowers. Oh. I imagine we'll find some use for it. The trees of Pryan are beautiful. From a distance, they look normal, if somewhat lush. Closer inspection reveals that they are many times the normal size. Some of them actually reach miles in height. Wow. Those are some big trees, alright. I don't know, maybe it's a kind of like a volcanic ground is good for plants to grow type of a situation. How are you doing, AC? Alright, we have a citadel which we can look at. Although the citadel appears to be one building, it is the size of a city. Crystal spires tower over the high wall which surrounds whatever lies within. That also makes me think that how many people actually survived the Sundering if one city was intended to actually hold all the people. I feel a lot of people were lost because of the Sartan. Well, we will go and investigate. We can actually go south only. Interesting. Why is that the case? Curious. Okay, so wait, is that back into the ship? Okay, so do we go here instead? Ah, yes, okay. Alright, we go west. You stand outside the huge Sartan edifice. A wall surrounds it. There are no obvious doors, only the alcove to the south. Interesting, we have a hammer, a staff, and a sword. These are probably the traditional weapons of the different races, maybe? Maybe they're magical items that they were given, and they were supposed to come here. I think we read something to that effect from the books. Let me see. Alright, so hammer. Door requires. Hammer, staff, and sword. Because yeah, they were expecting the people to unite and like go in merriment inside the city and live there in happiness or something to that effect. Which, of course, when they left, the people without any resources turned into war instead. Alright, well, we can try. Oh, wait, north is somewhere? You stand at the edge of a thick forest. An old Hallows tree stump sticks out of the ground. Okay, because I think we went south. Or no, we went west first and then... Okay, I just need to get my orientation here because it's not north oriented right now. Odd. Did you just like go around the city somehow? Well, let's have a look at the tree stump. There's always something interesting in tree stumps in adventure games. The stump has been dead for a long time. Little holes in the wood show that it is hollow. One twisted branch sticks out at an odd angle from the front. Okay, this feels like a lever. The stump has only one branch and is rather oddly shaped. It sticks out from the front at a curious angle. Alright, let's see if we can pull on it. There might be a secret here. Hold on. There's supposed to be an additional action, right? Maybe open? Open the stump? Yes, I mean... I wonder where I would get the kind of an idea like that. Maybe from other stories. You're doing great. You were flying the SR-71 in VR yesterday, AZ? Nice. All using cabin instruments? Yeah, I can imagine that the VR part of it adds a lot of immersion to it. I quite enjoy flying DCS sometimes in VR, but most of the time for streaming purposes, I don't tend to do it too much. Nothing but dials at Mach 3.27 for 5 hours. Well, that's traveling, all right. That's going to places. That's going to places fast. Very immersive and easy to fly dials only in VR. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I've had some issues with reading dials, but yeah, I think you mentioned that it's enough for you to just see like the position of the like the needle, so like it makes sense. Maybe we can cast a spell on this thing. Use magic. Okay, none of your spells you know will have any significant effect on the branch. Okay, well, how about the stump itself? Spells. And we will cast motion. I think motion makes more sense here. Cast a spell on the stump, but the stump isn't an inanimate object with a human form, so the spell has no effect. Okay, fair enough. Alright, they did have that requisite to it. Alright, this stump is definitely something. So stump, north of door. And branch. I will continue north for the moment, since there doesn't seem to be anything very clear on what to do to the stump. The forest is unnaturally still. There are no sounds of birds or animals. There is no wind. And there's a very curious creature, a titan in fact, is standing right here before us. We were warned in the book about them potentially becoming dangerous. Although, I think that was only in the case if they felt threatened, or if the citadel was threatened. So, if we keep our calm, we might be just fine. Hey, Raikuda, great to see you. The stump has legs and some vague arms. It kinda does, doesn't it, with the branches and things. Ooh. Surprised how precise you can steer it in VR compared to flying in 2D? Nice. I definitely tend to fly lower when it comes to VR. Hidden among the trees, you catch only fleeting glimpses of giants. They look human, though with 3 major differences. They stand about 20 feet high. They lack hair and they have no eyes. Okay, they are pretty big. The forest is thick and tall, allowing scant sunlight to break through. Something about it makes you uneasy. You could swear you see the trees move, but when you examine them closely, they remain still. Okay, this is giving me labyrinth vibes right now. This is not a good thing. Yeah, there's another titan over here as well. Alright, I am a little bit concerned. Alright, well, one of the things that we can do is we can cast motion on the titans. This may be a terrible idea. In fact, I will do something about the fact that it is probably a terrible idea. Not quit. That's not what we're gonna do. We are not quitters here. We can see if we can get tight with the Titans. Alright, it is a humanoid shape, so feels like motion has a good chance to actually work here. Yes, saving the game, indeed. Pretty good, Raikuda. I feel very happy to be doing some more adventuring. This is just really, really nice and chill for me. You cast a spell on the Titans, but the Titans aren't an inanimate object with the humanoid form. Are they truly not? Are they not? So the spell has no effect. I feel like we have kind of hit the nail with the hammer in this case. But perhaps they are not inanimate. Alright, let's see if we can do rune transfer instead. The trees are moving. The Titans are not, I believe. There's no rune of the Titans to transfer. Well, I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be all kinds of inscriptions on them. Interesting. Yeah, there's nothing mentioned about them actually being in motion. The forest itself is quite spookily so, though. Alright, we're gonna step back from there, and we'll see where we can... what else we can find here. Okay, I think going west is good. Oh, now there's something alive. A strange animal seated on the ground in front of a bush startles your entrance and leaps onto a branch. Startles at your entrance. Okay, gotcha. A tree grows in the middle of a patch of nut-bearing bushes. On a branch, an animal perches, watching you. Huh. Maybe we can make a friend. What kind of a creature are you? The animal most resembles a cross between a squirrel and a monkey. Okay. Under a coat of thin fur, sleek muscles move as it sways back and forth on its branch. You get the impression that it could prove quite formidable if provoked. It is pretty large. Despite that, there's nothing threatening about its manner. In fact, it seems to be alternating between wary curiosity and hunger. Ah, it seems to have been eating the nuts. Its eyes travel back and forth between you and to the bushes of nuts. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, all good. Right, Kuda. Carefully approach and take one of the shells. Shift through the piles of shells and finally select one that's to your liking. Right, guess we have lots of variety and options here. It's a hell of a shell, harder and thicker than you would have imagined. The shape reminds you of a bowl. Yes, I feel like we can carry some sort of liquids in it. Or maybe something else. Let's take a nut. One of the nuts pulls away from its stalk rather easily, leaving behind a hole in the shell where the stalk was attached. Alright, they seem to be ripe and ready. Offer the nut to the animal. He toss the nut up to the animal, perched on the branch. A lightning-quick claw snatches the nut from the air. The animal tucks it close to its furry body and inserts two pointy talons into the hole in the shell. Yes, very adapted for these nuts, it seems. With a crack, the nut breaks open. Even from here, you can smell the explosion of rich, nutty aroma coming from the exposed nut meat. The animal carefully sniffs the interior of the nut, then, when it appears satisfied, eats the meat in a few quick bites. It discards the shell onto a pile of light shells and settles back down onto the branch to rest. Alright. They seem less wary now. Okay, well, perhaps not fully relaxed yet. Can we have another one? These nuts are larger than any you've seen before, about the size of a human head. That's a lot of nut. Groups of them grow from bushes that surround the tree. Each nut is attached to the bush by a thick stalk. Claw-based lock picking? Well, it's certainly claw-based nut picking. We did have a case of claw-based lock picking in the RPG that we were both participating through Raikuda, and that was quite funny. That was a good moment. It is a lot of nut binder news, yes. Oh, look at how happy animal we have. You were thinking that the stump was a head from being humanoid? Possible. Hello, Blue Flames. I'm glad to that we are making some well, quote-worthy materials with claw-based nut picking and other concepts. And apparently they sound awful. Good, great. How are you doing? Maybe they would like the plant? No. Not so much the case. Have you charged the zinger? It probably is out of power at the moment. We may need to remember to do that at some point. Maybe I can use a shear to... Oh, no, I can't open it, unfortunately. Can we just take another nut? One of the nuts pulls away from the stalk? Alright, cool. Alright, in that case, can we keep feeding the animal? Uh-huh. That's also cracked. I don't know if it's gonna be satisfied at some point, or if we should just, see shear on the nut. Nope, still can't do that. I'm gonna give it one more in case it becomes less hungry. I've learned from Sierra games, sometimes you just do the same thing like 5 different times, and that counts for progress somehow. In this case, there's at least a clear reason why it would be progress, but, you know. Alright, I don't think we're gonna progress just feeding our friendly animal here, though. This tree is small compared to its gigantic neighbors. A branch a little out of your reach is occupied by a strange, nervous-looking animal. You're killing a few minutes before getting ready for work, Blue Flames? Ah, still not even halfway through your week? Oh, that sounds like a really long week. Did you, like, did your week, is it, like, doubled somehow? Or did it start late? It is good to have you here. It's good to see you. Alright, well, we have found one potential friend. I don't think there's anything else here. Let's just do a real quick scan, just in case. Alright, well, we have one more object to work with. Yeah, south seems like there might be something in there still. Oh, that's into the citadel. Okay, so everything is south-oriented in Prian. That feels really weird. Okay, south would be inside to the citadel then. Fair enough. How about north? There's still a way to go north here. You start to wander deeper into the forest when something very large, something you thought was a tree, moves threateningly towards you. You stumble backwards to where you started and the motion stops. Okay, there is something secret in here. Something the trees don't want us to see. Uh-huh. Okay. Trees don't want us to go north. Ah, oh, are you working like, oh, it's Tuesday to Saturday. That's your normal schedule. Okay. Ah, yeah. Gotcha. You'll be laughing at everybody commuting on Monday. But in the meantime, it kind of sucks. Oh, well, I'm glad that you'll get to give everybody their comeuppance as far as when Monday comes then. I guess I said like some sort of schedule to make sure that there's somebody always available. It's an interesting bit alternative schedule. All right, we need to find some way to get further north, or need to find something to do with the stump. Alright, what if we put the nut in the stump? Don't see any way to get the nut into the stump. Interesting. For some reason that is a half valid action though. To put something into the stump. Okay. Okay, it's gotta be something that we do with the branch, right? Can I just take the branch? The branch is pretty permanent part of the stump. Use a shear on the branch? No. There's like nothing else about the stump that would be interactable. I wish we could just like push it. This feels like the logical thing to do. Do we hang something for it as a weight? Okay, what did we note down about the little information that we have about the realm of fire? We know something about the east, kind of the heads of the Sartan, or the leaders. It's Sama, Dimitri, Joseph, I think, Lornoy, and Tyler. Also, Waylamp, I guess. Oh, it's Orsef, not Joseph. I need to... I was writing very quickly. It's an Orsef. Okay, there we go. We learned about them, but we didn't learn much about the realm. Yeah, see the little wall has a wall. Summons Titans. They're blind. Here, only the certain tune which will immobilize them. We do have the Book of Patryn here. It's a medical lab, so it's very much a 24/7 facility. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Blue Flames. I like the schedule better than rotating weekends, but it has disadvantages. Yeah, I think that, like, changing schedules can be in many ways the worst. Okay, I think I already read through a bunch of this earlier, so I'm not gonna read it out loud. Just gonna scan through it and see if there's anything useful here. Oh yeah, the terrible plan of the Sartan. Okay, this is the one bit that's actually about Patryn. Oh yeah, they did mention dense forests and navigable oceans. And we are inside like a sphere, basically. That actually makes kind of sense why the trees got so big. Although in like real life you can stress out plants by just having non-stop sunlight. But they've definitely had plenty of energy to grow. We don't have any of the weapons that are on the door. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Brotherhood has collected all of them. Yep, opening of the seal will summon the race of Titans. Yep, kept them sightless. Ah, God, these people are terrible. And they are reprogrammable. String of fraction notes. That's what we need for the Titans, I suppose. Ah, yeah, okay, we actually have it in the book. Do we have some sort of an instrument we can use? You're gonna lurk while you start getting ready? Hey, thank you very much for lurking. It also is very helpful. It helps also other people catch interest, so much appreciated. Good luck deciphering 90s adventure game logic. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, this has kept them far away from the mensch, the races of these lands. Yeah. Alright, that's the sound that the book has no more pages. That's the sound that my book also makes when I'm like read to the last page. Alright, so we know the tune, but we don't really have an instrument to speak of. What on earth do we do with things like the pink... Oh, hold on. The pink plant in the shell. No, the shell is not really a good place to carry the pink plant. Okay. They're not in the shell. There's got to be something we pick up. I was thinking that, okay, maybe the plant is somehow... I don't know, it could be like cause creatures to fall asleep or something to that effect, for example. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Great to have you here. And yeah, welcome to the adventures. This one's gonna take a little bit of figuring out. I don't really have a clear plan of attack here yet. We have multiple places we can visit, but several of them seem a little bit, there's no clear opening yet on how to continue. Can return to our animal friend. I can use magic on the animal, I suppose, but I don't really want to tease it. We haven't seen any paintings or things like that. Heat and cold seem kind of mean. I don't think there's any reason for us to be mean at the moment. Alright, it's gotta be something we can do. Okay, can you put the salve in the shell? Ah, you drip a little of the salve into the nut, but nothing happens. Considering that the salve was designed to heal severe wounds, it should come as no surprise. Okay, fair enough. Does the shell contain something? No. Alright, how about marmalade into the shell? Smear a little marmalade in and on the shell. Now it's all sticky. Yay! Hooray! Oh man. Can we have another shell? Hold on. Can we make a nut of our own? You already have a shell, alright. No, we're gonna only have one half. There's some reason we can feed our animal friend the nuts. This feels like there is something we can do to make our own special blend, maybe, or do something to that effect. I'm just gonna activate the zinger and see what happens. It probably is out of power. Yeah, okay, it has no power. Fair enough. What from cast identify an animal? We can have a look. And also, hello, Rockangus. We can save the game, yeah, sure. I think that the identify spell specifically is something that identifies runes, so it's probably not likely to be very helpful here. Also, please do be careful on guessing things. I will ask when I need a hint or alike. Most of the time I like to try and figure things out as I am able. It is good to have you here, either way. You cast identify a spell on an animal, but nothing happens. Yes, I mean, evidently the animal is not magical. Okay. Well, that does suggest that we could actually maybe cast the... Let's just enter. You can't get inside the citadel as long as the wall blocks your way. We can actually, hold on, let's cast magic on that door. This is clearly a magical door, right? Door has been magically keyed to open only when members of the men's races place their symbols inside of their respective indentations. Yeah, that's pretty much how we figured it out. Identifies magical things, yes. Oh yeah, we have learned something about Deathgate. Have you played this game before? It's a Resident Evil door? Wait, what, Egrets? Also, hello, bird friend. How does that parse? That's the first time you've seen this. Ah, gotcha. Deathgate books are quite good, I have to say. Gotta find the crests that fit the holes. Okay. I have not really played the Resident Evil games to speak of. Yeah, we need magical items from all the races, it looks like. That to be able to open the door. The desire from the Sartan was that the races would unify in happiness, like without water, without food, and like all come together here. Since they decided to let's just go into suspended animation and let them figure themselves out in the meantime, because we're not making any progress in actually talking to them and whatnot. Let's hope that it will give, if we give them 5,000 years or whatnot, everything's gonna be peachy. Yeah, no. Alright, I don't think we can have any chance of opening a door currently. This is something that we need to find other means to deal with. Is there anything else? Hold on, let's actually go return here. Is there anything that we missed? And is there a different location that we can go to in the ship? Let's see if we can steer somewhere elsewhere. There's a tree city here. Okay, this is not the only location. Alright, that's really good to know. Alright, let's go check out the tree city. I don't think we have what we need to visit the citadel yet. Or do the things around the citadel. So we're gonna explore all of our options. The giant trees support your ship over the unseen ground, far, far below. Foliage covers almost every surface. Most of the plants resemble conventional bushes. Conventional bush. That's the concept. The separate trees around you are actually just branches of the same huge tree that you stand on. Damn, those are big. Alright, so we're gonna go northeast. This is a clear, flat area nestled amidst the branches of the giant tree. You see another tree over a narrow but deep drop. Okay, so we have a far tree. Another giant tree stands very close to this one. You see a small garden in a niche at approximately the same level as the clearing. It looks almost close enough to jump to, but not quite. Feel like death lies in wait here. A branch from the far tree extends over the chasm between the two trees. So maybe if we had a rope or something. A branch from the far tree reaches over the expanse between the two trees. Yes. Okay, feels like maybe we can make a bridge, maybe we can swing across, maybe we can do something like that. Alright, there's a door here, and there's a clothesline. Oh! Well, it's not nailed down, is it? You untie the thick clothesline and coil it up as you take it. It's ours now. It's surprisingly strong, woven from thick brown vines. Alright, I feel like... Put the clothesline on the branch. Branch reaches from the far tree, and the nearest tip is not close enough to tie the clothesline to. Can we make an improvised, throwing hook or something? Clothesline in the shell? Alright. How about the shear? There doesn't need to be a suitable place to put the clothesline on the shear, okay. Fair. Alright, we might not have everything we need yet. Well, let's I was hoping to knock on the door, but I guess we're just gonna open it. Hello! There's a stranger here! The chamber appears natural as if the wood of the trees grew with the space in mind. Huh. It is a pretty magical forest. You step into the middle of a busy kitchen. Wait, the door leads straight into a kitchen? Oh, I mean, I guess that makes fair enough sense. But on your arrival, all noise and movement suddenly cease. Yes, because some random bloke just walked into their kitchen. 3 pairs of eyes lock onto you. 2 elven women halt their conversation, and a child drops her broken doll and simply stares. Oh. Alright, I see an opportunity of trade. The heavier woman wearing an apron looks over you critically. Who are you? Yes, these are questions I would ask too if somebody random just walked in. You love walking directly into strangers' tree homes? Yes, he grins. That happened to you once, except it was someone's dog. Someone's dog just walked into your home. Oh dear, oh goodness. I'm here to help you. Do whatever you're doing. Just a travel or just passing through, I'll be on my way. Nice tree you've got here. Didn't you decide it yourself? I'm just gonna be polite and like actually introduce ourselves. I'm Haplo, who are you?
Haplo, who are you?
Why, I'm Sheetra, head cook to the king. Greetings, Haplo. Now tell me, are you just some freeloader looking for a handout, or did you come in here looking for work? I've got no time to deal with a foreigner, so I hope you plan on rolling up your sleeves.
Oh, we can probably do some work. What kind of work are we doing? Work? You gotta be kidding. Who does work? We just do adventuring. Sure, we'll give it a try. We could make a friend here. We might be able to find out something more about Patryn as we make ourselves useful.
Sure, I'll give it a try. What do you need me to do?
I'm glad to hear it. I'm so behind just now that I would welcome anyone's help. Even
Clearly.
a human refugee. The king has decided to throw a party with his usual 2-hour notice. Get over to the counter and start kneading that dough. Let's see if you can handle that task before we move you on to anything more comfortable.
Okay, we're baking. Just anyone who would walk through the door, even. I'm thinking that like the elves here are not engaged in warfare with humanity. Wash your hands, you don't know where things, you know where those things have been. My hands? I'm pretty sure I know where my hands have been, egrets. But yes, I agree. Haplo should wash his hands. You edge over to the counter, pick up the lump of dough, and half-heartedly begin to knead it. Haplo's heart is not in it. While you're doing this, the cook resumes her flurry of activity, continuing the conversation with the other woman as if there had been no interruption. This is a bizarre situation. She hurries about the room, tending to several tasks at once. At the same time, she not only manages to keep up with her end of the running conversation, but serving the girl's side as well. I mean, we're getting paid, right, in some way. I don't think we negotiated any kind of pay for this either.
I'm worried about the children. I don't have a problem with them playing together, but the royal prince has begun to join. There are human children in that group.
Oh no, they're racist.
Nothing good can come of that. No offense, you understand.
No offense taken. We're not even human. Oh boy. All the races, I guess maybe my judgment was a little bit early. Maybe the races here are also warring like they were in the realm of air. I feel like it's honestly good for the kids to like get to know other races and like different cultures and stuff. Okay. You don't have to like hold on to all the prejudices from like one generation to another. You look, you're human, and even you know human children are trouble. Source, you were trouble. I mean, yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Anyway, I've saved the worst for last. There's a human adult out there. He's talking with the children.
Oh no.
All sorts of ideas in their heads. Ideas about all of the...
Oh, there we go.
together,
Hey,
treating each other as
I like this person.
Can you believe it?
Yes, I'm hacking for it. Let's go. Equal rights. Heck yeah. All right, I think we're gonna have to make friends with this human.
Rumor has it that he's a wizard.
A wizard?
I've described some of his spells, and they're like nothing we've ever seen.
Ooh.
In fact, his spells weren't even similar to any of those
Oh,
cast
no.
by the humans. Either this human is the most powerful,
Oh, no.
or he's a member of a different race entirely.
I think we might have a Sartan. Okay, my alarm level just went like way high up. This could actually be a problem. I like what they're saying, but the Sartan were not great. Are not great.
Maybe the child was exaggerating. You know how imaginative they can be.
We'll have to proceed carefully.
Of course, that's true. Those children can come up with some wild ideas. Still, it would have been exciting.
The Sartan and Patryn both basically look like humans, so we just have like different colored hair and stuff. What if they're talking about me? We haven't been around here that long for them to actually like pick up on our magic use. It seems like there's some human-looking person who has been like talking to the kids. We haven't gotten around to that yet. But fair point, yes. You notice that the small elf child on the floor has been watching you with wide eyes and unreadable expression. After a moment, she returns to playing with the battered, pathetic doll. She holds the doll above the floor and tries to make it walk around, but the fact that the doll is missing its head and leg seems to make the experience less enjoyable than it should be. I can see why that would be the case. After a few moments, she drops the doll on the floor and sighs up dejectedly. Poor kid. Alright, I think we can fix things for you. Hello, elven child. This is the first one we can start talking to about equality between the races, right? The girl stares at you with wide eyes but says nothing. Okay, we just literally walked in, needed some dough, and now we're like basically part of the furniture. Wow, we blend in very well. Woochie Moochie Tooch? No. For crying out loud. What game are you playing? Do you know anything about this human wizard that the cook is talking about? Stay out of my kid, I'm working. Wow! You always stare like... Hoy. Okay, there's definitely good and bad options here. Alright, let's go with the activity aspect here.
What game are you playing?
Oh my god, the tone of voice, no!
Since my doll only has one leg, she can't walk, so she hops. Since she doesn't have a head, she can't see where she's going, so she bumps into everything. It's not a very fun game. She's not a very fun doll.
Oh. Oh my god, Haplo, do not talk down on the kid. Do you know anything about the human wizard that the cook is talking about?
Do you know anything about this human wizard the cook is talking about?
Yeah, he's fun. In fact, my
Ooh.
friends and I are meeting him tonight.
Aha,
in
a
the
secret place. Alright, we need to know about the secret place. Could you show me where the secret place is? I think we need to make friends with this kid first. Is that your doll? What's her name?
Is that your doll? What's her name?
If you can call it that.
No, Haplo.
It used to be Millie, but she had a hard life. She's not Millie anymore. Just ugly. Maybe I should call her No Fun, too.
I absolutely detest his tone of voice that he's taking with this child. Alright, we probably need to make a trade for this.
Could you show me where your secret place is?
Why should I show you? You're not my friend.
Mhm.
Just another big person.
That's right. We're a big person. Bob, you know what? Big persons can be pretty cool sometimes too. You gotta get along with kids well. Well, it's a pretty cool place. And there's lots to discover. Alright,
I've got to get back to work.
Me too.
Good job, kid. Cook pulls out the tray with sweet cakes from the oven. The aroma makes your mouth water. A loud buzzing draws your attention to a small window. You see a nasty-looking insect about the size of your fist flying into the kitchen, also attracted by the sweet smell. The serving maid screams and puts herself as far away from the bug as she can. Only the cook manages to remain calm. Oh, there's the bug. Bug warning, everybody. Heads up. Only the cook manages to remain calm. As the insect hovers over the cakes, she pulls out an ugly yellow flower from an apron pocket. Okay. Crushes in her hands, unfolds her fingers, and the room is suddenly filled with a horrible odor. The odor makes you feel somewhat queasy, but it seems to have a more substantial effect on the insect, which darts back out of the window. Okay, this is definitely useful. Okay, yellow flowers. Stinky. Specifically insect stinky.
It must be bug season again. Those terrible insects are such a bother. Every time I make something sweet, they show up.
Okay.
Seemingly out of nowhere. On one occasion, I was actually stung by one of them. I was in bed for a week.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Insects show up when there's something sweet. And we have marmalade. Stung is like sick for a week. Alright, this might allow us to dispose of somebody inconvenient. Alright, the serving wind slowly begins to relax.
These petals should do the trick of keeping them away today, but this is my last plant. I'm going to have to get the children to start harvesting the
Stinkweed. Okay. Some serious toxins here. Yes. Yeah, there's some interesting plans for sure on this realm. What was that bug?
What was that bug?
Their hives appear during every harvest season. The insects that live in them usually leave us alone, unless they are angered, or they smell something sweet. That drives them crazy. I always keep some stinkweed around, just in case.
An understandable precaution.
Why does the flower drive off the insect?
As much as the bugs are drawn to the sweet smells of my cooking, they are repulsed by the smell of stinkweed. Actually, stinkweed isn't all that bad until you crush the petals, but then you'd best be as far away from it as you can get.
While it's in your hand, while you've crushed it.
Where do you find that yellow plant?
I want to
I'm
have
not
some.
Sure. The plant grows wild in bunches, but it's difficult to find. I have all the children out searching for it, and since I reward their finds with sweets, the plant is in high demand. Whenever it's discovered in the wild, the children return with as much as they can carry. They practically drool over that patch growing on the nearest tree.
Okay,
No
nearest
one
tree
can
has a
get
one
to it.
patch. May I have one of those cakes? Sure, let's
Can I
ask.
have one of those cakes?
Absolutely not. I'm preparing this cake for the king's party.
I'm not surprised. You mean it's gonna smell like that in here all day? I think I'm done with this dough, you see. All nice and needed.
You mean it's going to smell like that in here all day? I think I'm done with this dough, you see? All nice and needed.
Well, you've done a pretty poor job on the dough, but I don't think I'm going to get much better out of you. Leave then. I don't blame you for wanting to get away from the stinkweed.
Well, no more help, I guess. Okay, cool, not kicked out yet. Alright, let's make a trade with the kid. Alright, let's give the doll to the elf child. Let's see if we can make a trade for the location of the human and the secret place. The child looks at the toy in your hand and smiles. She throws aside the broken doll as she jumps up. Okay, well, there goes your old friend. Claps and runs over to grab the better toy. He turns it around in her hands and laughs happily. Nice.
You're nice. I like you.
We're friends now.
My friends. Come on, let's go.
Oh, okay. I guess we're leaving this stink behind. Child grabs your hand and starts to drag you outside. She runs outside and beckons you to follow. Huzzah, Rogue! Great to see you. Thank you so much for the sub. 9-month streak. Heck yes. Praise the Death Gate. Ooh, yes. It is, yeah, it's a really cool game. Do you want me to try and do Tetris? I don't know if my setup works right now for it. I have never tried to do Tetris with my 486 at the same time. I might be able to manage it. We have an oven? You don't quite understand how an oven grown into the wooden wall of a tree isn't a fire hazard. The warmth flowing from it makes the room a little uncomfortable. On a tray inside it, you see a pile of golden sweet cakes. Yes, 5 points. Huzzah. Alright, those sweet cakes are probably something we want to also have. Do you want me to test stroke? I theoretically got things set up for it. I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna work. But I can try. The chamber appears natural, as if the wood of the tree grew with this space in mind. No, I'll do it next time, alright. I can mark it, mark one down. Try and keep that in mind. Alright, 1 Tetris level from Rogue. There we are. Keeping books. How are you doing, Rogue? Alright, we don't really want to talk to the cook. The kid's outside waiting for us. The serving girl, is she going to be somebody we can talk to? No, serving girl is too engrossed with the cook's chatter to pay attention to you. Alright, well, fair enough. Ah, here's the dough. Dough is sticky and serious need of kneading. Okay, we can knead it some more, I guess. Tried pounding on the dough for a while, but that doesn't do very much for its consistency. You're not very good at this. I'm gonna eat it. Just eat it. Eat the dough. Go, go, go! You try to sneak a taste of the dough, but the cook sees you and yells until you put the sample back. I had to try. You're good to just flown your weekly Isle 2 mission? Nice! 1 kill away from double A's. Holy heck. That sounds like a very successful mission. Congratulations. What were you flying? I think we just step outside, I guess, at this point.
I didn't think you'd ever get here. Come on, let's go. It's through here.
Well, we did linger a little bit. Alright, she wriggles through a clump of bushes to the east. I'm assuming east is east. You come upon a group of children gathered at the ledge. They're calling to someone below. One smaller child is crying. Stand on a large curving branch that overlooks a sheer drop which extends further than you can see. A young man stands on a ledge below you, looking up. Alright, somebody has slipped down, it seems like. We are Lassie. Timmy has in fact fallen down the well. When you glance over the edge, you see a young elf trapped on the lower ledge, trying without much success to climb back up.
My friends, that doorknob down there is the prince. I guess
Oh!
he finally got up enough courage to go after the golden staff. He's been talking
golden
about
staff.
it long enough. It doesn't look like he made it very far, though.
Okay. Alright, the golden staff is down here somewhere. Alright, interesting. Alright, yes indeed, the elf prince is over here. Let's have a chat.
Hello, sir. Could you help me off of this ledge, please? Don't tell anybody. My father would be so angry.
Who's your father? Maybe the king. Last mission in your mini Romanian campaign, you flew the BF-109E? Nice. That's a pretty good turn fighter too, isn't it? Okay, who's your father?
I'm the royal prince. My father is the king.
He's pretty
Don't
nervous.
think you can take me hostage, though. My father would find and kill you before he'd pay anything.
I feel like you've already made yourself into a hostage as it is. Yeah, well, I can actually say it. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that they thought of this.
It looks like you've already trapped yourself.
You're correct. I think I might have overestimated my climbing skills. I'm lucky this ledge was here, otherwise I could have fallen the rest of the way.
What makes you think that your father could kill me? Ah, we're gonna be nice for now. Take you prisoner? It never entered my mind.
Take you prisoner? It never entered my mind.
Whew. Thank you, sir. I'd appreciate any help you could give me.
It's okay, but the F4 version is better? Ah, okay. Fair enough. How far is the drop? It looks pretty deep.
How far is the drop? It looks pretty deep.
That's making me even more nervous, I guess.
The whole world.
Shuffles away from the edge.
Very deep. Deeper than you can imagine. There's no way in except
Falling
straight down,
off the
and it
tree.
goes all the way down to the ground.
Yep. Prince goes somewhat green.
How'd you get down there?
It's a long story. If you help me out, I'll tell you.
I don't know if we need to give him any sass, to be honest. Yeah, alright, let's just gonna be nice for now.
Don't go anywhere.
Very
I don't think
well.
we need to.
I guess
I don't think we need to sass the kid that's in distress already as he is. I mean, there's an easy enough solution here, right? Let's give the clothesline to the prince. You lower one end of the clothesline to the struggling prince. He grabs hold of it and gracefully. He grabs hold of it gracefully, and you haul him up. There we go.
Thank you
Easy
for
enough.
coming to my aid. I would have made it out eventually by myself, but your
Of
help
course.
set things up quite a bit. I am at your service, sir. Anything I can do for you, I will.
Ah, we have the gratitude of the royalty here in these parts now. So yeah, he glanced around at the audience of children, puffs himself up, and added, I would have made it out eventually by myself. Okay, that makes more sense. Or like, or makes it very clear why. So why did you climb down there? Not the smartest thing in the world to do.
So, why did you climb down there? Not
More points, yes.
I know. It's a long story. I was searching for the staff. I figured that I wanted it more than anyone who had gone before me. It turns out that I had much more enthusiasm than ability.
Everybody likes points, right? It's kind of funny because like all these old adventure games had point systems and things like that, like how well you complete them, and you don't necessarily be able to like get all of the points in a single run and things like that. Enthusiasm won't help you climb down a tree that is many miles high. And what staff? Okay, I'm very interested in the staff.
Staff? What staff?
I guess everyone isn't familiar with the legend. I'll tell it to you. Ages and ages ago, the gods gave 3 items to the races. To the dwarves, they gave a golden hammer. To the humans, they gave a golden sword. They gave us a golden staff.
Everything is golden now. So they're basically absolutely useless as tools. More symbols then. How am I getting points? You don't see any runway lights? They're just off screen. We're just we're just cruising along.
The items were supposed to symbolize the race's roles in a new unified society. The dwarves were to be the workers, the builders. That's what the hammer represented. The humans were supposed to be the protectors, hence the sword. We elves were the scholars, the leaders, of course. I guess it didn't.
Oh, for crying out loud. I guess the humans and dwarves weren't okay with this idea. Oh boy. Oh heavens. Sartan, you idiots.
After one of the ancient wars with the humans, my ancestor rebelled against the symbolism of the staff. He cursed the idea of living and working with the other races.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
He cast it into the maw, never to be seen again.
Okay, cool. But my gods, they had a very ass-backwards way about it.
He did it in the heat of anger, and soon regretted it. The staff represented more than the ancient legends. It was also a symbol of leadership. Without it, he chanced losing his power. So my ancestor climbed down into the maw to reclaim the staff. He never
came back? Yep. Ah, yeah, egrets. Sartan did try and build a caste system. One of their great plans.
Since then, members of the royal family have sought the staff. Every few generations, an elf will climb down into the maw, but not one has ever made it back. We don't even know what's at the bottom. We only know that there is solid ground, and the only way in is straight down. We call it the maw because it swallows up anything that enters it.
Interesting. But retrieving staff may be pretty challenging. How could anything be worth risking your life like that? I mean, we know what it's for, but let's gauge his response, I suppose.
How could anything be worth risking your life like that?
Naturally, I wanted to regain the staff for my people. My father would be so proud of me. They would write songs about me. I would have done what all of my ancestors failed to do. Don't you think that's enough?
Looks at the sun a little bit desperately. Oh, I don't want to smash your hopes, kid. Of course, why else would you have done it? Not a chance, you've got some other reason, don't you? We could cast some doubt here. Alright, you tell me, lad. There's another alternative. This is more direct.
Not a chance. You've got some other reason, don't you?
You're right.
Ah!
I never really cared about the acclaim. There is another reason. There's a girl. A human girl. I love her.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Looks around the clearing at the children who have gathered up close to listen. The prince sighs. Okay. Everybody's heard it now. Who is this girl?
Who is this girl?
She's beautiful. She's a hunter, she's a musician, she's a leader, she's everything I ever wanted. And not only is she human, but she's a princess as well. And she doesn't even know I exist. Now without the staff, I'll never get a chance.
Have you, like, tried introducing yourself? How'd possessing the staff help you get the girl?
How would possessing the staff help you to get this girl?
The humans believe that the items from the gods are symbols of rulership. Every human leader since the beginning has carried the golden sword. The current monarch, the princess's father, has been ill for some time. While he's incapacitated, she has
Okay, she
accepted
has
the
the sword.
responsibility of rulership. With it, she has taken the sword.
Alright, we might have an in here for both the staff and the sword then, in that case.
She takes her station very seriously, and she'll only consider a suitor of equal status. Because the humans equate rulership with the possession of the godly items, she won't even look in my direction if I don't have the staff.
Oh boy. I don't think it works like that. That you get the staff and it gets you the girl. Oh god, no. She has, you know, personality. You know? This is a person. Oh, for crying out loud.
A human? Won't your father be a bit angry with your choice?
I don't care. At least she's royalty. My father will learn to accept it. He has to.
Cool. I am glad that these kids are reaching across the gap.
Where did you meet her?
I met her at one of our gatherings. Lately, she's been coming to hear the wizard speak. I think she's interested in his message of racial harmony. In fact, she'll be coming to a meeting tonight. I was hoping to have the staff by then. Oh well.
I was gonna ask this, I guess.
That's all there is to it? You get the staff, and it gets you the girl?
Well, not quite.
Exactly.
I have to earn her respect.
Yeah,
I'll
okay,
never get it
cool.
Without the staff.
Thumbs
After
up.
that, I'm not sure what to do. I think I have to soften her up somehow. Maybe I need something pretty to give her. Even if I do get in her good graces, I won't know what to say. I always get tongue-tied whenever I talk to her. I just don't know the right words. I think if I had something nice to give her and the right words to say, I have a chance.
Ah, yes, okay, good. Let me get this straight. You need a staff for the right words and a pretty present. Staff, right words. Yeah, okay. For the elf prince. Sounds like you've been thinking about this for quite a while.
Let me get this straight. You need the staff, the right words, and a pretty present? Sounds like you've been thinking about this for quite a while.
Forever. I decided that if I couldn't have her, I didn't want to go on.
Forever.
That's
Yes,
why I tried
for
to get the staff. If I didn't make it, I'd be out of my misery.
as long as he's lived. Oh wait, no, it's not even as long as he's lived. Like recent meeting, recent meeting. All right, yep, forever. Yep, all right.
Enough about this girl.
All right.
Yeah, okay, why not? Enthusiasm won't help you climb down the tree that's many miles high.
Enthusiasm won't help you climb down a tree that is many miles high.
I found that out. My father forbade me to go after the staff. Too many of my ancestors entered the mall and never returned. I guess he knew what he was talking
Well,
about.
he at least found out before he got into further trouble, I
Let's talk about
suppose.
something else.
Certainly.
Hey, you're at my service, eh?
You're at my service, eh?
Yes, sir. I'll do anything within reason. Answer any questions you may have. You look new to this land. I'll be glad to help you out.
Well, that could definitely work to our advantage. Should I think about the big ancient buildings? A door with 3 symbols on it. Well, you know what, let's just find out the basics
What
first.
is this place?
This is the maw. Called that because anything that goes in gets swallowed up. It's a sheer drop, ringed by trees on all sides. The only way to the bottom is straight down. It's an evil place. I'll never go near it again.
Well, he's learned his lesson, I suppose.
You're the prince of the elves?
Yes, I am heir to the throne. My father is the ruler of all elves on Patryn. If he knew what I had done, I'd never see the light of outdoors again.
Alright, we can ask about the Citadel, I suppose, as well.
Do you know anything about a big ancient building? It has a
Do they even
door
know
with
about
symbols
it
on
anymore?
Ancient building.
Oh
I'm not sure what you're talking
no.
about. Perhaps the wizard can help you. He's been around forever.
The races aren't even aware of the Citadel anymore. What about the human wizard, though?
Have you met this human wizard who supposedly
If they are
talks to
human,
children?
as is
Of course.
suggested.
His name is Sifnab.
It's Sifnab!
But he's the strangest human I've ever met. Though
Sifnab!
I haven't met all that many. He resembles you somewhat, but in place of your black hair with white tips, he has white hair with black tips.
Oh,
Do you know him?
frag. It is definitely a Sartan. But why is Fizbans as a Sartan, then? Because this is most definitely Fizban. He's one of my kind. No. I'm not sure. Tell me more about him.
I'm not sure. Tell me more about him.
He stays out of sight most of the time and only shows up when we have scheduled a meeting. He also makes sure to keep out of the way of adults. They'll keep him away from us, he claims. Would you do that? Keep him away from us?
To be honest, maybe. I don't think he's necessarily. I don't know. Maybe there could be a decent Sartan. Who knows? We gotta believe, right? We'll find out what he's made of. Well, it might be for your own good. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Why would I
Yeah,
do
no.
The other adults claim that we should stop listening to him, that he's a bad influence. The things
Well,
he
he's
says
saying
about
good
racial
things.
harmony is I can't believe that. Much of what he says makes sense, at least when he's coherent. You saved my life, but I can't let you near him if you try to keep him away from us. Would you do that?
Of course not.
Of course not. He sounds harmless enough.
Whew, I'm so glad. I would really like you to meet
We might
him.
have to murder
He
him,
does
but
the
you
most
know.
Spectacular tricks. Even when we don't understand half of what he says, he's always entertaining. If you'd like, I can lead you to the meeting place. There's a gathering tonight.
Was there more questions we can
I
ask?
have a few more questions for you.
Certainly.
Okay. Oh, I was not intending to like be already off, but okay, I guess we don't really have another option here yet. Very well, let's be off. I'll accompany you to this gathering of
Very
yours.
well. Let's be off.
CD drive. Hello.
I'll
There we
accompany
go.
you to this gathering of yours.
Very good. The meeting should be fun, even though I didn't get the staff. Please follow me.
Wanders off into a shaded grove to the southeast. Okay, cool. Alright, the branch you stand on overlooks a kind of a pit trimmed with similar trees. Not even sunlight makes it down to the bottom. Have no idea how deep it is, but extends all the way to the ground, and you imagine it could go on for miles. Throw the ledge into them all. Yes, sure. Okay, maybe there's nothing else here for the moment. Yeah, I suppose for the moment we'll just follow the kids. We're gonna find out about Fizban. As you stroll into the clearing, you notice children scurrying around, preparing the area. Some gather wood for a fire pit in the center. The remainder relaxes around the pit, on the ground or on a log lying nearby.
He's just upset because his girlfriend is coming and he didn't get the golden staff to impress her.
The prince collapses on the log, looking miserable. Others glare at him as they do their work, but say nothing. The small girl carrying your doll says, yes, those lines. You guys have it pretty good here. Alright, yep. Elf child. A white disc?
Don't worry. It's
A
dead. Not a live bug in it. Lucky for us.
Hold on, what? A couple of boys approach the fire pit carrying a cumbersome papery hive between them. They dump it into the hole. When the hive strikes the ground, the crash causes others to jump back in surprise. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that would make for a good fire.
You don't know the half of it. My cousin tried to light one up when live bugs were still...
Oh no.
You should have seen him afterward. He almost died.
I can believe it. The other boy wiped his hands on his pants and says, yes.
Well, it's better than carting around a bunch of wood. These hives burn better than anything I've ever seen, and they're much lighter. Besides, I've kept my eye on this one for the last week. It's as dead gets.
The two boys return to the bushes looking for twigs. Okay. Old peppery hive. Looks very flammable. Can we just take it? Just take it? No, unfortunately no. Alright, the disc is something that I'm very interested in. The white disc has been embedded into the ground. The surface is smooth and metallic and glows with magic. The heap of combustibles grows higher as the children pile on twigs and dead branches. Okay, we are gonna be casting spells near the kids, which means that they will notice that we are also somebody capable of magic. But we need rune transfer here, stats, or actually it's identify, actually. Let's start with identify. The disc has the magical ability to transport someone instantaneously to another disc. Its twin, wherever it may be. The magic is ignited by a simple spell of transportation. Can we get the transportation spell? Also, this kind of makes me think of, what is it called? The book series with the General Hulls. With like the superstructures around suns and things, like one of the original, like the ring world, where ring worlds are originated from. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. It's just ring world, right? Yeah, you know, it's just ring world. Yeah, sorry, there we go. By Larry Niven. Yeah, those transportation discs kind of remind me of that. I'm gonna save here. Honestly feel like meeting monkeys is still appropriate. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, what else can we do here in the meantime? We don't have a transportation spell. Rune transfer? No runes on the white disc to transfer. One child sprinkles dried moss around the massive hive as others strip down around the pit. It feels like time is just passing between every single thing that we do. I don't know if we're expected to like figure something out fast here, or are we just technically waiting? I can talk to the children maybe. You can attract the attention of many of the children. They're too busy playing their own games. The child strikes a piece of flint against the flat rock she holds. The sparks fall onto dried moss and the hive. Immediately, the hive explodes into flame, and the children applaud. Well, very nice. Fire slowly eats away at the papery hive lying in the pit. Some of the children make themselves comfortable around the fire. They begin to chatter excitedly about something. With a pop, a hot ember leaps from the fire and lands nearby. A few children giggle at it, but they leave it where it lies. Okay, this is literally going to set a forest fire. Alright, let's fix this situation with the shell. Let's take the ember with the shell. There we go, nice. Alright, we have a hot ember now. This will allow us to apply more fire somewhere elsewhere. Hey, we finally found some fire in the fire realm. Isn't it exciting? It's half, I think, let's see, half shell. A red hot ember smolders inside the shell. Heck yeah, Rogue, burning birds. I think we're the only one who could prevent the forest fire, right? How about the elf prince? Can I talk to him?
Hello, good sir.
Oh, that's a lot of questions. Ah, okay, can we prepare him already? Alright, tell me about the right words.
Tell me about the right words.
I have trouble enough speaking to her without trying to sound romantic. I know that if I try, I'll end up stumbling all over myself. I need a script of some sort.
Mm-hmm. No, God. We're not gonna suggest, I'll tell you what. Why didn't you try roses are red, violets are blue? You're really nice, I'm stuck on. We can do better than that. We can just do better than that. When is your girl going to show up?
When is your girl going to show up?
I'm not sure. And she's not my
Not
girl.
yet. That's very true. Do you think that you're... Why do you keep doing this, Haplo? Haplo? No. Bad Haplo. Tell me about the pretty
Tell me
thing.
about this pretty thing.
I don't know. I need something nice. Something pretty. Something that girls like. There must be something like that around here somewhere.
Airplane. Get her an airplane. Right, how long does the gathering go
How
on?
long does the gathering go on?
For quite a while. Zifnab sometimes leaves and returns a few times in an evening. We use his comings and goings as an excuse to socialize and play games. We only leave if we start to get really tired.
So he might have a chance. I feel like he's gonna be appearing on the disc. Might have a chance to actually pick up a new spell here. When is he gonna show up?
Zifnab going to show up?
Who knows? Zifnab is anything but predictable. He will be here sometime today, but when exactly is anybody's guess.
Okay, so let's hang out here and socialize in the meantime. I guess we could find out about the staff.
Tell me about this staff.
I've already told you almost everything I know about it. Though I know that I'll never again go into the maw after it. Once was enough. And usually more than enough because you're not around to talk about it afterwards.
Fair. Alright, what is the thing in the fire?
That's the hive of some nasty stinging bugs we have around here. It's completely deserted. Otherwise we'd be up to our necks in angry flying insects. They don't take well to their homes being lit on fire.
I can imagine that. Alright, I guess we can ask this one more time. What exactly do you need to court the princess?
What exactly do you need to court this princess?
Does it give us options to give him something?
She'll regard me as an equal if I hold it. But even if I gain her respect with the staff, there's no guarantee.
Okay, you need something more than just the staff to gain her respect.
Something as pretty as she is. Then, once she's feeling kindly towards me, I'll need something to keep me from stumbling all over my words. I can never figure out anything to say.
We might have a book for that. Alright,
Thanks, Prince. I'll speak with you later.
Sure,
Alright.
I'm not...
Fair. Not going anywhere. Alright, let's see. We have a poetry book. Here we go. Here you go, kid.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I still need the golden staff of rulership. She'll only regard me as an equal if I hold it. But even if I gain her respect with the staff, there's no guarantee she'll like me very much unless I can give her something nice, something as pretty as she is. I'm lucky that you gave me this book of love poems. If I ever get that far, at least I'll know what to say.
Perfect. We've got that covered. Now I just need to solve a few more problems. You hear some rustling in the bushes. Immediately children's chatter stops. All eyes turn towards the sound. Ah, a pretty young woman, human woman, steps lightly from the branches. She's dressed in hunting leathers, but carries herself regally. A golden sword is strapped to her waist, and a flute is strung around her neck. She utters no words as she sees everyone looking at her and instead walks to the log and sits down. She attempts to act unperturbed, though it is obvious that she is uncomfortable with the attention. Okay, I like the fact that she's just walking around with the sword, like the symbol of the entire like human society in this realm. Just casually waltzing about the woods. Why not? Interesting. Interesting that she gets away with it. As soon as the woman arrived, the elven prince became entranced. His mouth dropped open and his eyes followed her every movement. When she sat down, he seemed torn between wanting to speak to her and wanting to run far, far away. Now he appears to have arrived at a compromise, sitting in place and staring at her while she pretends to ignore him. Great. Perfect. What a good situation. Ah! Sitting right next to him. Alright, how about the pink plant? Is this pretty enough?
I can't see how this would help me woo the princess.
Okay, it's not pretty enough. I was hopeful. What else do we have? What's in the paper? I forget. Oh, this is the Brotherhood paper. The singer? I don't think it's gonna work.
I can't see how this.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of neat though. It's like crystalline and stuff. All right, we need something else. I don't know. Maybe we can have an intervention here. We can maybe talk to the human princess. Oh, this is sword. Okay, this is sword itself. Golden sword doesn't look like the product of humans. It has the perfect sheen of Sartan artifact. Yes, it does. Maybe we can talk to her.
Even though you look to be human, I don't know you, and I don't speak to people I don't know.
She's, okay, pretty sharp so far. Straight off suggesting that we might not even be human. Or maybe not quite that far. But yeah, okay, fair enough. She doesn't know us and doesn't speak to us. Okay, no. What about the elf child? Ignores. Thanks, kid. Can't attract the attention of any of the children. They're too busy playing their own games. And Zifnat is not here yet. Alright, this might mean that we just need to go out and like try and find something that's pretty, and I don't know. Oh, there's a flute here as well that I did not notice at the first. First you mistake the princess's silver flute for a decoration. Yeah, me too! Carved dragon wings stretch out from the instrument as if to suggest that it's capable of taking flight at any second. Okay. Could that be a magical amulet? Princess has a flute. Okay, flute is also a musical instrument, which is something we need to interact with the Titans. Alright, use magic on the flute. I cast identify on it. Hey, Meteora, how are you doing? Yeah, apparently she's wearing a flute as a necklace, basically. The conversation dies suddenly. You look around determined to cause and notice that everyone has started staring at the disc in the ground. He's about to arrive. Here comes Fizbans. It has started to glow and it's getting brighter every moment. He casts identify spell on the flute, but nothing happens. Even the flute isn't magical. Damn. Well, there goes that idea. I was thinking that it's got wings. Could it possibly be some sort of protective enchantment like feather falling or the like that would allow us to reach the bottom of the forest? Not so much, but still quite useful. I think we need it for the Titans, though. A fountain of white fire bursts from the disc. It rises into the air, whipping and spinning about. With a flash, the oh, Fizbans. With a flash, the font disappears, replaced by a somewhat confused-looking man dressed in long white robe. As his moon sounds his garb, you dive behind the bush, out of sight. Okay, good. There's no mistaking it. The man is Sartan, and you do not want to scare him way too soon. There's things that we can discover here. Could it be a bird? The flute? It's got dragon wings.
Welcome, my little friend. It's time for the Zip-Nab Show.
Zip-Nab Show!
You're all comfortable. I seem to be without my beautiful assistant. Always liked her outfits, although I couldn't figure out how she kept from catching cold. Well, we'll have to make do without her. I hope you've all been thinking over what we talked about last time. I know you're just dying to philosophize about racial harmony.
Me too! I'm just dying to philosophize about racial harmony. I like it. Honestly, this is the concept that I very much endorse. Almost when the group of children start chanting. Let's see if that reels back from the outburst. Oh, hold on there. He says a little effect. The children finally quiet down. Tragic! 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 Yes, me too, kids. We all go around chanting tragic. Yep, that's the thing we do.
No, we want to see some magic.
Oh, magic!
Zip-Nab singles down and stares soberly into the child's face.
Let's see. And if you have a $50 bill? No? How about 100? Put that cool
He's not
face
from
on.
this world.
This trick only works with the high denominations.
Wait, what? The children stare blankly at him? Okay. He removes his battered hat and fingers a hole in the tip. Inspired, he flips it upside down and says, "Hey, Rocky." Oh, hold on.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
He reaches inside and after rummaging around for a while comes up
I had a rabbit in my
empty-handed.
hat. Maybe
Looks
it was
mystified.
bats in my belfry.
Well, you might have some bats in there too. You stare open-mouthed at the outlandish figure. Without question, this Zip-Nab is a Sartan. But he's nothing like you envisioned. He seems harmless enough, perhaps even a little mad. But you know how powerful the Sartan were. It is best to just observe. The purpose of this whole act could be to lull any potential enemies into underestimating him. And this is from the perspective of having been, like, them having sundered the world and thrown us into a magical, like, murder jail into the labyrinth for ages. So yeah, I can understand that.
Well,
You glance at the gathering of children. It seems that the strange Sartan has succeeded in confusing everyone.
It always gets everyone's attention. Feather fall? No, something else. Direfall.
Featherfall?
Firehole.
Firehole? Yeah, okay. Okay, Featherfall would, you know, that would be amazing for us right now. He's looking for Fireball, right? Stands in place, contemplating his spell. The silence lengthens, but the children don't mind. They turn to each other and talk, obviously used to these lapses. Time passes and in your crouch position, your legs starts to cramp. Oh no. Involuntarily, you shift your weight. The movement shakes the bush you're using as a cover and attracts the Sartan's attention. Well, we'll see his true colors now. Horkang is saying dragons and birds are not exactly the same. Not quite, not quite. Not most of the time, at least. Is that a new little friend I see back there?
Little friend I see back there.
Aww, that's kind of sweet.
Every new friend gets to grab a handful of pennies from the jar.
Yay!
Oh, bugger, aren't you?
It's too late to hide. You've discovered to stand up.
You're not a child. In fact, you're not even from Pryan.
Oh no.
You're a patron.
Okay, is he gonna be casting Fireball now? I feel like he might have, like the labs might just go away. White Robe now whips around as he whirls back towards the disc on the ground. Before you can do a thing, we've been discovered, unfortunately. Well, he clearly considers us a hostile party. And that probably suggests that he doesn't have, like, entirely clean flour in his bag either. He traces a rune construct into the air. The spell floats into the white disc and appears to catch fire. You charge him, but before you reach the disc, he has disappeared to wherever the spell has taken him. I hope I wasn't supposed to capture that. Like, I hope the game captures it for me. I should have probably drawn it down, just in case. You have learned the spell. Alright, cool. Alright, yes. To learn the spell, we only need to witness the rune structure of it. We can chase. We can keep chase. Let's have a chat real quick with the human princess. Probably not. They don't see too upset that
Hello, good sir.
we drove away this Sartan. Ah, where did he go?
Where did he go?
Where did who go?
Are you kidding me, kid? That flaming Sartan, you know, Zifnab.
That flaming Sartan. You know, Zifnab.
Oh, Zifnab. I'm not sure. Sometimes he just gets so flustered that he leaves through the disc. Seeing you sure made him fluster for some reason. We'll all wait around for a while to see if he comes back. It's usually worth it if he does.
Well, seems like he does this quite often. So this is a princess. This princess is the girl you're crazy about.
So this princess is the girl you're crazy about, huh?
Yes, that's her. I'd give anything just to have a simple conversation with her. On the few occasions she actually listens to me, I stumble over my words until I'm flat on my face. She just gives me that frown of hers and looks away. I'll never get her to take me seriously.
Is he obviously considered us a threat, though? He fled? Yes. He has good reason to consider that. He basically, his race, or his people, sundered the world, to basically just, like, I don't know, to outcompete the Patryn instead of handling things in some better fashion, and cast us into a labyrinth, magical labyrinth that was hellbent on killing us. So that's like the relationship between our peoples. Yeah, I don't really like the Sartans had some ideas that were very bad. The base cause. Okay, sure, I can respect that, but their implementation in every single case that we've seen so far has been absolutely dreadful. They have caused so much trouble for everybody, including, like, just sundering the world. So, yeah, we're not very friendly towards the Sartan. Do you think that your girl would... Okay, this is such a dumb question to ask that I'm gonna ask it.
Do you think your girl would give me her sword if I asked her nicely?
No.
Give you her sword? Never. It's her most valuable possession.
Yeah.
She'd die before she gave it to anyone.
Well, then do you think she'd do me a favor if I asked her?
Well then, do you think she'd do me a favor if I asked her?
I can't say, but I've never seen her be nice to anyone she didn't know well. If she liked me better, I'd be happy to ask her for you.
Okay.
Maybe someday.
Well, this gets us somewhere.
Thanks, Prince. I'll speak with you later.
Sure,
Yeah,
I'm
Rick,
not
it's
going
not
anywhere.
great. So we'll see. Well, maybe this individual is different. I don't know. I can understand their reaction, given everything and us having escaped the death labyrinth. Not very happy people when you put them in things like that. We have a spell, so let's also go traveling. Now the kids will have another bit of magic show. Transportation is now available to us. Perfect. You weave the spell in the air. It floats slightly over to the disc. It strikes and an explosion of lights obscures everything. Eventually the light fades, but what reappears isn't at all like what was there before. Your surroundings are completely altered. The only thing that remains is the disc, but its color has changed to black. Oh, it's the opposite end of it then. Ah, here he is. The base of the massive branch shielded by leaves, and there is a dragon! Hello! Okay, this could go very interestingly. Is home to a dragon indeed. The branch extends over a chasm between the trees. Hey, yay, points. You appear on a wide branch. The somewhat weather-beaten Sartan stands in front of you. Behind him, you notice a gigantic reptile, something you'd never heard, something you'd heard stories about but never seen. A dragon.
Hello, Patryn.
He looks smugly at us.
Before you do anything rash, I must inform you that we are both under the watchful eye of my pet dragon.
Pet dragon or friend dragon? He turns to present a monstrous reptilian form stretched out behind him. Sivnab looks concerned, then kicks the dragon's... Hey! Hey, Sivnab! Why do you have a nap?
Wake up, you stupid dragon!
Okay.
12 o'clock, unfriendly fire, traitor in our midst!
Okay, that's pretty funny. You should treat the dragon well. Especially, like, if you intend to be helping you out. Slowly the dragon opens its huge eye and regards you. The look it gives you says, I know he's a little excitable, but he's mine. Touch him and you'll answer to me. Ah, this is the way the relationship goes around instead. Okay, now I see the truth of it. Then he closes the eye and starts snoring. He just falls back asleep. He's not very concerned. You're trying to see the art of the dragon? Alright. Oh, I see it's a cool dragon. You wanna hug her? Yes. Yeah, actually, I'm not entirely sure, like, on the gender.
I really need him. Does he help
Him.
out?
He's for saying him.
No, he sleeps. It's enough to make someone go out and get a cat. Well, since you're already in my
Laughing
home,
nervously.
I might as well be hospitable. Coffee, tea, a push off of the branch.
I feel like you could use a cat for the last one. Alright. We're gonna give you a chance, Sivnab. Fizban. As you are. You've been doing some good things, so maybe there is something here that is reclaimable. Well, who are you? Let's start off with that.
I'm Cortex, the thinking machine.
Point one.
No, wait a second, that's not it. I knew a moment ago. Oh, that's right.
James.
I'm James Bond, Agent 007. I've got a license to kill, so you'd better keep your distance. Somewhere I have a license
That's his throat repeatedly.
half a continent. Either that or take your picture.
It sounds like a cell phone. Yeah, I think his mind is like scattered across universes, maybe, or like different realms. What? No, you're not. You're safe now. The children told me. I'm very torn between these two options. Yeah, sure.
You're not. You're Zifnab. The children told me.
Yes, Rogue. James Bond.
My cover. You a fool, huh?
Call the Bondulans.
I'm the best in the business.
Yeah. Well, your name is reversed at least. What?
What? Something wrong with you? I told you. I'm Bond.
There you go, Rogue.
I don't think this
Please over with the sleeping dragon whispers. Yeah. He's fooling around. I know you're a Zifnab. Although, what kind of a name Zifnab is, I'm not sure.
Quit fooling around. I know you're Zifnab. Although what kind of name Zifnab is, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah? Well, what kind of name is Haplo?
You haven't said our name. How do you know our name is Haplo?
My name is Haplo.
Your name is Haplo? Glad to meet you. I'm Zifnab.
Well, he's a character, alright. Didn't answer my question. How'd you know my name is Haplo?
You didn't answer my question. How'd you know my name is Haplo?
Why, you just told me when you introduced yourself. You'd better start paying attention to the conversation if you're gonna learn anything.
Is he like drifting in different timelines? I guess that could be one other possibility. Try to keep it together, Sartan. I need some information.
Keep it together, Sartan. I need some information.
Let's see, I have a piece of microfilm lodged in my inner ear from my smuggling days, but I can't really talk about that. How about the weather? Pretty sunny, huh? Actually, talking about the weather isn't quite as interesting when it's always the same.
Not particularly, no. If he had a Scottish accent, you'd believe him, Rogue. Nice. What is this dragon?
What is this dragon?
He's my pet dragon. I met him shortly after I came to Pryan. He took a liking to me, so I decided to adopt him. He told me that he embodies good in the wave.
Oh.
Doesn't make any sense to me. If he's supposed to be the personification of good, then he wouldn't be so lazy.
Gotta have a nice nap, right? You gotta get comfy. So I think this is like a vague, how can I say, a crossover from the Dragonlance realm. And like, it's one of the Bahamut. But this should be metallic dragons in that case. I think it was green. I don't know. That's curious. What is a wave?
What's the wave?
You know, it's when a portion of the audience lifts their arms, followed by another portion, then another until it completes.
Hey, chat. Do a wave.
The stadium. No, wait, that's different. The wave is a little harder to explain. Reality is balanced. Good and evil can never be more powerful than each other. When that happens, the wave compensates. The dragon was created a long time ago in response to something else. Something very evil.
I guess I should do both hands. Hold on. Just throwing hand emojis into chat now. There we go. Let's do a wave. Right, wave is a little hard to explain. Red looks balanced. Good and evil can never be more powerful than each other. The wave compensates if that happens. Dragon was created a long time ago. He responds to something else, something very evil. Huh. Heck yeah, Rokengus. Thank you for keeping the wave in motion. Do you know what that evil thing was?
Do you know what the evil thing was?
Is, my good man, is. Since my dragon here is still around, you must assume that his evil counterpart is still around as well. I have my theories as to its form, but it's such a depressing subject that I prefer not to talk about it.
Just do a semicolon and start typing to pull up emotes easy. But you're raising your hand, so thank you. Thank you for keeping the wave going. Alright, we have a dragon that is the embodiment of good. That seems about right to me.
That dragon is the embodiment of good?
I know, hard to believe, isn't it? Especially since he didn't just eat you up as soon as you arrived.
Well, we're not the evil one here.
Are you implying that I'm evil?
Of course not. Are you inferring that you are evil? That may be important. We might be on the verge of a breakthrough.
This is psychology now.
We'll be able to make some serious progress on your complex.
Thanks, Sifnab.
Enough. Let's talk about something else.
All right. How about those Steelers? Think they'll go all the way?
Is that hockey or what is that exactly? Give me one good reason I shouldn't blow you away.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't blow you away.
The dragon, probably.
So much as look at me wrong, my dragon will find out what you're made of and decorate the tree with it.
Smiles, leans against a non-existent branch and then falls on his face. Beautiful. Where are the other Sartan?
Where are the other Sartan?
I don't know. Have you seen them? I figured they'd been hiding from me all this time. Some joke. I turned my back for a couple years, take a little moonlight stroll, and they all go away.
A couple of years.
It's not funny!
Last part is screaming in the air, not directed at you. Alright, Sartan, I don't know, maybe they did the same thing as they did in the Realm of Air. They just, like, went to stasis coffins and, like, we give up, we'll just let the races just figure it out between themselves. Where do you think they could be hiding?
Where do you think they could be hiding?
Well, I left them in the Citadel.
Left them in the Citadel, okay.
I assumed that they'd be along, but they never came. I haven't seen them since.
Just went out for a walk out of the door, and I don't know how many thousands of years it's been on this walk. That sounds like a very Australian thing to do. I found a group of them on Arianus. They were in crystal coffins.
I found a group of them on Arianus. They were in crystal coffins.
Of course they were. The unification has yet to take place on Arianus. When it does, the coffins will open and the Sartan will come out to help the men.
Yes! They've been so helpful so far. And now they're all dead. Lying in their coffins because that time never came. Because their plan was bad. You don't understand. It's something there and the coffin is open. All of the Sartan were dead. And we didn't kill them. Just to be clear here.
No, you don't understand. I did something there and the coffins opened. All of the Sartan were dead.
They're dead?
His face goes ashen, stares right at you.
How did it happen? How could it happen? You did this, Patryn, didn't you? Somehow your race has struck back and
Oh, no.
Admit it!
I mean, you kind of deserve it, to be honest, but no, not in this case. A fire enters his eyes as he screams. You're wrong, Sifnap. One of my missions was to find out where the Sartan disappeared to. If the Sartan are dying off, it's not my doing. And yeah, they were supposed to be like looking after the labyrinth as well that we were condemned into by their hand. Well, condemned is not even the right word here because they decided to like, well, let's just put this whole group of people in a deadly labyrinth and then leave them alone with it. And the labyrinth started killing everybody. That's right, you Sartan scum! I personally and single-handedly killed off your entire race! Oh, I feel tempted. I feel kind of tempted. Is this gonna end up in a death? What did we save last time? It's so dumb that I have to do it.
That's right, you Sartan scum.
Torkang is telling me not to do it.
Killed off your entire race.
You'll pay, Patryn! I will have revenge!
His hands weave through the air, leaving traces of red runes. The last line connects and your innards explode. Okay, well that was more or less what I expected. Okay, it's the rogue telling me to do it. Hey, we found another hilarious death. Cool. Let's see, we add a fantastic way to die. Look at a legend counter. Yeah, that's absolutely fair enough. That was pretty much expected. Ouch is right. We can undo things, that's fine. Oh, wait, it undid... Oh, it undid this far. Okay, well, alright, fine. I'm gonna have to speedrun the conversation in that case. I was expecting to allow us to undo just the specific bit. Yeah, it's definitely another fair enough. Correct. Alright, let's go have a speed run through the chat.
Hello.
Yep. Hello!
Whenever
Alright.
What?
some...
No, you're not. Quit fool.
Oh,
How'd you know?
your name is Haplo? Glad?
You didn't answer.
Why...
Try to.
Oh, what's the dragon?
What?
You...
The wave.
Do you know? That
Dragon is an embodiment of good.
Is the embodiment of good? Enough. Let's talk about something
Oops.
else.
I didn't want to do that yet. Oh.
All right. How about those Steelers? Think they'll go all the way?
The fuck you deaths are basically deaths that are unfair in some fashion. They are unexpected and not something that you can deal with like a reasonable chance. It's things like in Sierra games, accidentally like stepping off a tiny little path and then falling to your death, and then the game, like if you haven't saved recently, it just sends you packing all the way to the beginning of the game. That's basically the level of things that we're talking about here. It's very like I played by the feels at the time, but yeah, that's kind of like the general idea of it, the gist of it.
What is this?
Right, we missed the one line here.
Are you implying that I'm evil?
Of course.
Enough. Let's talk about something.
I've been a little bit extra
All
fair
right.
to this
How
game.
about those Steelers? Think they'll go all the way?
There have been a few situations that could have been fuck you deaths as well. Playing with the unstable ordnance? Yes. Then dropping then dying is... I feel like in some ways it's fair enough. And in some ways it's also the opposite. Space Quest was a lovely series of games. We have actually played through all of them. It does say unstable ordnance on the tin. But the game also just lets you pick it up and just walk around with it. It's like, oh, this item might be useful to you somehow. So that's a very gray area one. I forget actually how I graded it at the time. I think that actually is, you can probably watch that on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that Space Quest 4, if I'm not mistaken. That should be up. And it's possible to find out. Right, where are the other Sartan?
Other Sartan?
I don't know. Have you?
Where do you think they could be
Where do you
hiding?
think they could be hiding?
Well,
Alright, found a group of them on Arianas,
I
crystal
found a group
coffins.
of them on Arianas. They were in crystal coffins.
of course.
Alright,
No, you don't
and this is the
understand.
line that
I
we
did
last left
something
on.
there, and the coffins opened. All of the Sartan were dead.
They're dead? All dead? How did it happen? How could it happen? You did this, Patryn, didn't you? Somehow your race has struck back and killed us. Admit it!
Struck back, mind you. That's a good thing to note here. They kind of struck first. But yes, he is wrong.
You're wrong, Zifnab. One of my missions is to find out where the Sartan disappeared to. If the Sartan are dying off, it's not of my doing.
Ah, of course. Your people were imprisoned when this happened.
Exactly.
Couldn't have had anything to do with it. There's something else out there.
There are mistakes out there. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
I don't know why I'm here exactly. Even though our policy is non-interference when it comes to the unification, I felt I had to help it along. It's been so long and the Mensch have never been so close as they are now.
Okay, well he actually has his heart in the right place. Honestly, they should have been hecking helping them along if they wanted something like that to happen. And like the idea in itself is better if they hadn't done all of the other stuff that they did for that matter, but yeah. Zifnab seems more okay than we might have expected a Sartan to be.
How long have you been here, alone?
I'm not alone. I've got my dragon, I've got the children. I don't need more than that. But it seems like a long time since I've seen any of my people. A long time.
What's the ono for AZ?
Let's talk about something else. You're obviously uncomfortable with this subject.
Suit yourself.
Alright, let's just ask about the kids. Why are you talking at the children about the racial harmony? Are some of the verbiage used by the character? Ah.
What?
Why? Why are you talking to the children about racial harmony? Waiting for the CD drive to catch up.
Why are you talking to the children about racial harmony?
The races have never been closer to tolerating each other.
It's really good.
Children.
That is really good.
I can impress upon them the importance of peace. They may achieve unification.
That would be cool. You referred to the unification. What exactly is it?
You've referred to the unification. What exactly is it?
The unification, that's the racial harmony I've been talking about. When all the races come together and are capable of living with each other, the worlds are key to open their resources to the Mensch, wake up the sleeping Sartan, and ready the realm for the interconnection.
This is so much facepalm in this sentence. Some of it is, yeah, okay, cool, except the situation in the first place.
Each world set up its own test to determine when the unification occurred. When the Mensch figured out the way into the Citadel, when they worked together to enter it, they will have unified. This was supposed to happen in every realm. When all of them were ready, the Council was supposed to complete the sundering by interconnecting the realms. The new society would begin. But it's been so long. Far too long. Something went wrong.
Because the plan was stupid. Make slides up on the AC caution and warning panel for the verbiage for the character. Ah, I'll ask you about that later, I guess. What do you think went wrong with the plan? That was a
What do you
bad
think
plan to
went
begin
wrong
with.
the plan?
We took on too much ourselves. We were gods, and we were infallible. I
No.
warned Sama that we should wait. There were alternatives, but he didn't listen. He was full of his dream.
Yeah, well, that's what you thought you were. Where's Patryn's seal
Where is
piece?
Patryn's seal
Or
piece?
Patryn's seal piece.
Ah, the seal piece. Your lord needs it, huh? You know,
Wait,
there
you
are
know
better
about
uses for it
Tsar?
than what he intends.
How do you, what? How do you know about my lord? But what do you know about my lord?
What do you know about my lord?
Oh, nothing. I'm sure he's a wonderful fella. Life of the party kind of guy. Am I right? I'll bet he could show me a card trick or two.
I bet he would. What uses?
Interested? Well, back in the old days, we had plans for those pieces. Big plans. Plans that make other plans look really small. Really huge plans.
Mm-hmm.
Important? Woo-wee! You don't get any more important than those plans. That's how we made plans in the old days. Big and important.
I'm not very impressed. So what were your plans?
Well, what were your plans?
What plans?
It's like his mind is scattered.
How do you know what my lord intends?
What do patron lords usually intend after they've escaped from thousands of years of imprisonment?
I wonder.
You think maybe he wants to conquer the realms, reform the world to enslave the masses?
Probably no enslavement involved.
That antisocial.
But yeah, maybe like reassembling the world might be kind of cool.
Don't try and throw me off track. Where is it?
All right, don't get in a huff. Where did we put that piece? Didn't we build something to put it in? Oh, that's right. It's in the
Okay, the piece is in the
citadel.
citadel. Not too surprising, I guess. Patryn, piece in citadel. And maybe you think about Airbus things and what cost the master cousin. Getting a single thing, for instance, if we're going to enable the APU bleed and engine start fails. Ah. I assume there's a light that lights up as well. Your attention is required. Right. Well, that's a start. What is the citadel?
Alright, that's a start.
We did read about it, but, you know, finding
That's a pretty open-ended question.
there.
The citadel is a fortress, or it's a city, or it's a power station. Take your pick.
I think it's all of it. Oh, we know where the citadel is as such.
Oh, it's that way, I think. You should be able to see it from the air in your flying ship. It's really big. Had to be, you know?
How do I get
How
in?
do I get in?
That's a toughie. No one can get in. In fact, it was designed to keep everyone out. I certainly don't think any exceptions were made for angry patrons. Of course, after the unification, anyone could just walk right through the front door.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a reward for the people, like the races after they unified to just like live merrily under Sartan like dictators basically in the city. You mean that all I have to do is all I have to do is to make all the races get along before I can get the door open. No, we just need the items.
You mean I'll have to make all of the races get along before I can get that door open?
Well, it's not quite that difficult. We set up a test to detect when the races started to get along. We gave each a symbol. A golden sword to the humans, a golden staff to the elves, and a golden hammer to the dwarves. If a representative from each race places their symbol upon the door to the citadel,
We still need to
at
find the
same
dwarves in the first
time,
place.
it will open. The three races must do it together. One man with all the symbols wouldn't be able to
Oh.
open the door.
Well, that puts some of our plans in the sink. I was just gonna collect them and like, up, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I guess there's some sort of detection in the magic for the different races as well then. But we've got kids, right? Kids are good.
Where are all of those?
And wandering to roll them all?
They
Yes.
didn't take quite the care of them that we hoped they would. Only the humans still revere their symbol, but they look on it as a symbol of leadership instead of its actual meaning. The humans' role in a new integrated society.
That's another failure on their plan.
Carries it. It gives them the authority to rule. I believe the current holder is the young princess who occasionally comes to my gatherings.
Don't you believe it? You can find out where Kang is? It's not an urgent situation. If you fail to start the engine while stationed on the ground? Yes, fair enough. Cool though. Yep, some curiosity towards it, for sure.
The elves threw their staff into a local pit called the Maw. It's been lost for generations. I don't know how the unification
Whoopsie!
until it is recovered. The dwarves, straight-lined, practical thinkers that they are, took one look at the hammer, decided that it was the most inferior hammer they'd ever seen, and stuck it
Yes!
deep in their weapon
Yes,
vault. I
dwarves!
don't think they even remember that they have it.
Heck yeah, dwarves! Like I said, absolutely used as a tool. Hammer is in Dwarf Vault. Forgotten. That might make the Dwarven Hammer the easiest one to approach in some ways. Well, I mean, I guess we already have the sword here. Isn't there any other way to get in the Citadel?
Isn't there any other way to get in the Citadel?
Through the sewers?
Well, let's see. A spell might help you out. Maybe if you blew down a wall or something. There's one spell I remember. What was it?
It's Fireball.
Liar, wall, liar, stone?
Fireball.
I can't seem to recall. Oh well, sorry I couldn't help.
Didn't you come from there? How did you get out?
Come from there? How'd you get out?
Getting out is not the same thing as getting in. In fact, they're two entirely different things. Yin and yang, night and day, black hat and white hat.
Black hat and a white hat? Really? You're dropping a black hat and a white hat reference here? Amazing. With that, Steve Knight removes his hat, squints at it, and pounds on it until it looks worse than ever. Satisfied, he replaces it on his head and smiles.
Tell me more about the Citadel itself.
All right.
How's the Citadel a fortress?
How is the Citadel a fortress?
At present, that seems to be the only task that it accomplishes on a regular basis. All of the other functions were intended to come online following the unification. Right now, the Citadel lies dormant. The Titans roam the forest. Everything waits.
Well,
for
at least they're walking around.
unification. That's why I'm trying so hard to convince the children to throw away their prejudices.
Why? That's a cause they can get behind. Titans, what are they?
What are they?
The Titans are magical creatures created to operate the Citadel. We built them to last too. Big suckers, maybe 3 times your height, and powerful enough to rip up a small tree. Their appearance is a little unsettling. They don't have any
Maybe a
eyes.
stump?
Don't need them. We gave them enough magic to sense everything around them. In fact, they can sense things miles away when they're motivated enough.
Okay, what motivates them
When we
then?
built this realm, we dumped them into the forest. Until the Citadel
Cool.
powered up, they had nothing to do.
Just dump them. Make a race of...
They knew they were supposed to serve the Sartan. They knew that the Citadel was important, but that's about it. Titans aren't the smartest creatures.
I feel like the Sartans are not the smartest creatures.
Somehow somehow they found a Sartan relic. I think it was
these people are gonna make me a headache.
Without purpose in their lives, they fixated on it. To them, I suppose it had religious significance, and to this day, they worship it.
Ah, crystal sculpture. Sartan crystal sculpture. That's very interesting.
Against all of our expectations, the Mensch actually encountered the Titans. Dwarves moved into the area surrounding the Titans' forest. They understandably wandered in. The Titans reacted by defending their relic, and they drove the dwarves off.
My face right now.
But dwarves are stubborn creatures, and they continue to live just outside of the forest. As long as they stay outside, the Titans leave them alone.
Well, I could have never seen that going wrong. Alright, but the dwarves are living in the forest near the Titans.
The two races live in uneasy peace. The Titans notice nothing besides their artifacts, and the dwarves leave it alone. Those dwarves are understandably nervous, living so close to their enemy, so they keep a stock of weapons handy. I don't think they've actually pulled them out for years, but having them available makes them feel more secure.
It feels like it didn't go so well for them when they challenged the Titans. It's not exactly unexpected. What exactly is the Titans' purpose? Why did you make them?
What exactly is the Titans' purpose? Why'd you make them?
The Citadel is a big place. It needed a lot of workers to keep it running smoothly. Instead of enslaving the Mensch or working the Citadel ourselves, we made a race to do it for us. We also designed them
Can
to
you enslave them
Citadel.
instead?
Ironically, the Mensch as well. Somehow, they've perverted this defensive behavior to focus on the crystal artifact to the exclusion of everything else.
Good for them, to be honest. If it keeps them happy, then why not?
Of course, their unnatural interest in this piece of Sartan refuse should disappear when the Citadel is open. The unification will trigger the imprinted behavior that will summon the Titans into the Citadel. They should start it operating and they'll forget about everything in their previous lives.
Is it beginning to come clear yet why the Sartan are the bad guys?
What's the Titan's magic sense like?
Oh, Rokangus, I do hope you sleep well. Thank you for hanging out.
The position of objects, even though the objects might be out of sight. This was principally for the operation and repair of the Citadel after it started working. Because they were equipped with this sense, we decided not to give them eyes. They see better than you or I, and they track better than any scout since they already know the location of something even when they're away from it.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes some sense about not giving them eyes.
How is the Citadel a city?
We intended the Citadel to house everyone, the humans, the elves, and the dwarves all together. Naturally, this couldn't happen until they learned to live peacefully among each other. So it's false weight, empty.
How many people can you house in a single city?
How is the Citadel a power station?
Prian has a role in the whole. Following the interconnection, Prian was to supply power to the other realms. Its 4 suns,
Which also failed.
more than enough energy for itself and the other worlds. The Citadel was supposed to control the flow of energy from the suns through the Death Gate into the other worlds.
How about we talk about something else?
Suit yourself.
Tragedy, tragedy, tragedy. That's specifically what we... what we get from you. Where'd you get these transporter discs?
Where'd you get these transporter discs?
Why would you call it the death kit? You'd call it literally anything else. It doesn't seem to describe the function very well.
Rather handy, don't you think? I had to plant the white one in the ground to keep the children from wandering off with it. I wouldn't want to appear in the middle of the campfire. If I didn't have them, I'd have to rely on my pet dragon to take me everywhere, and getting him out of bed could blow a whole day. As far as I know, there's no other way back to the nearest tree.
They are quite handy as such. Just pick them up somewhere, okay?
I have had enough. Goodbye, Sartan.
Well, I can't say I'm sorry to see you go, Haplo. But take care. You have many trials ahead of you. The fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
Lovely.
If it is...
Alright, let me check this line now that I've saved.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't blow you away.
If you so much as look at me wrong...
Alright, yeah, okay, we did try that. Alright.
I have had enough. Goodbye, Sartan.
Well, I can't say I'm sorry to see you go, Haplo. But take care. You have many trials ahead of you. The fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
He's talking... Okay, he's saying that to Patryn. That's kinda interesting. Well, then we talk to the dragon. Unthreatened, the dragon in turn regards you non-threateningly. Nice. Friendly dragon. Through restful, half-lidded eyes, his entire demeanor suggests that he has nothing to fear from the tiny patron visiting him his home. His beautiful iridescent scales glisten with the dappled sunlight, and when he stretches, splay rainbows everywhere. That sounds really pretty. Can I talk to you? The dragon isn't very talkative. Zipnap communicates enough for both of them. Oh, well, it wouldn't hurt to get to know the dragon as well. In the dragon's lair, the base of the massive branch, shielded by leaves, is the home to the dragon. The branch extends over the chasm between the trees. There's some sort of a far tree. From the vantage over the deep chasm, you see the tree you started from. Oh, can we get along the branch? The branch reaches out over the chasm between the two trees. Okay. So we're on this side. Okay, no, this is the far... Okay, this is the tree with the, like the cook and everything. Okay, and we are on the far tree now then. So that means that there might be flowers in here. The stairs. Oh, well, I guess we're climbing the stairs. Alright, variety of wildflowers. You have taken advantage of the pockets of soil here. Rough-hewn stairs lead up into the tree. Nice. Alright, we have found some of the yellow flowers. Let's just take some. Gather up a bunch of the yellow flowers. Alright. These will be useful against insects and possibly making friends with the cook. The flowers are yellow, but that's all you can say for their looks. They are simply simple brown stalks decorated by a few haggard-looking petals. The only distinguishing feature is a mildly repulsive smell, which gets very worse if you crush them. Let's take some blue flowers as well. You gather up a bunch of beautiful blue flowers. The blue flowers are simply beautiful, enough to make any woman's... I can't say that seriously. Their light fragrance is intoxicating. Alright, from this vantage, over the deep chasm, you see the tree you started from. Yes, okay, that's what I thought. I'm curious about this branch then. Is there anything else in here? Oh wow, this music has a really nice warm tone to it. I'm really liking it. Dang. Very nice. Whoever composed this. Alright, let's see, what is southwise? The chasm between the two trees is too large to jump. Alright, well, can we just apply the clothesline to the branch? Too high to reach from here, but maybe we can apply it elsewhere? Like up there? I think maybe this is all we have in this room. Clothesline. Let's apply to the branch, right? Nice! You wrap the clothesline around the branch and tie it in a knot. After pulling it a few times, you're satisfied that it's secure. Now we have a way between the two trees. Oh, we can pull, tie, or swing. Alright, let's swing! Let's go! Here we go. Can't quite swing from the rope from here. It would be more like a straight drop now. Fine. Maybe it's just to get over this side? I don't know. Why do we need multiple ways to get here? Alright, well, we're gonna do a spell in that case. It's transportation. Alright. The color of the disc changed to white. Alright, we have some blue flowers for the prince.
Thank you very much. I still need the golden staff of rulership. She'll only regard me as an equal if I'm holding it. After I've gained her respect with it, I can woo her with these flowers and book of love poems that you gave to me. All I need is the staff, but that's probably the hardest thing to get.
The matchmaker. Alright, and I don't think we can talk to her yet. Okay. I think we need to find our way somehow down into the mall. Oh. Hold on. That's why. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this.
You're welcome to take that disc. I can always get my dragon to ferry me back and forth.
Perfect.
But unless I miss my guess, you don't have a pet dragon. Without the disc, you're going to have to find another way back to the other tree.
That's right, and we already did. I have a plan. Alright, can we just pull the clothesline up, look it over, then drop it back down in the garden below? That looks weird, like a hole in our inventory. Okay, can we just swing? I can't swing from here. Where do we need to swing from? Down here? Yes. Alright, swing across. Nice. You grab the clothesline and swing over the chasm to the clearing in the far tree. When you get here, you tuck the end into a crack. Perfect. Seems like a terrible idea for a dating services egrets, staff-based matchmaking. I agree. It is absolutely horrible, but we're gonna do our best to pair up the... You know, it's gonna be better for the races if we pair up the prince and the princess and if they get along. I feel like that will be good. And then we're gonna yeet this black disc into the mob because yeah, there we go. Because you know what, somebody's threw a staff down there. I'm gonna yeet something behind it, or see something after it. Heave the disc into the bottomless maw. In seconds, it plunges out of sight. I hope it doesn't shatter. How about we go to the bottom of the maw? How about we do a little bit of transportation? Yes, let's go. Hope it's not still on its way. We have arrived. Oh dear, we have I'm glad Nene is not on the stream. I'm sorry I did not expect an arachnid to appear on the stream. But we do have definite spiders. I'm sorry if anyone has issues with that. Stand on the root ledge right on the edge of a massive web. In the center, a gigantic spider sits patiently. Yeah. If anybody wants to just blank out the stream for the moment, I will let you know when this scene is, when we're out of it. We have a corpse here. It seems that someone else made it to this root ledge, but finding himself here had nowhere to go and died. It appears that he has been here for a long time. Guy is not a big issue for a rogue. But yeah, I've got people in the community who are very sensitive about spiders for very good reasons. So I try to be mindful. A root from the nearest tree curls around the web. It has enough space. You know what? Let me just add that. To the stream tile. It has enough space for you to stand safely outside the web. It also is home to another visitor who's been there quite a bit longer than yourself. Yeah, all the more salient parts of your body remain. Alright, it's a ledge. Root from the nearest tree kills. I think that we already looked at. Yep. So this is another hive of those stinging bugs. Papery hives are attached to many of the trees surrounding this pit. Nasty flying insects crawl in and out of them. It's a pod here. The web bulges in places where the spiders imprison its visitors. Oh. You can make out some large animals and a few human or elven figures inside the translucent web pods. Inside one of the pods, you see the silhouette of a staff. It's in there. Alright, it's in the staff. Oh, there it is. Toward the center of the web, you spy the silhouette of the staff embedded along with its dead owner inside a pod. One golden end protruding from the pod reflects little light in the pit. Because you actually don't have problem with spiders. You're letting one live here now because it helps spring bugs that try to get in. Yeah, spiders can be helpful house guests, but I very much sympathize with people who have had serious issues with spiders, and you don't even need to have a bad experience with spiders for them to be a really bad thing. This one is definitely not a friend. I agree. The creature is as big as a house. Whew. Venom drips from the wicked fangs and compound are scanned back and forth. It sits quietly, patiently in the center of the massive web, surrounded by pods which contain previous visitors to its domain. The whole effect is rather unsettling. Alright, okay, we can start solving the situation, I think. We have a shell with ember. I think we're gonna cause a scene. Alright, let me save here. Kill it with indirect fire. The question goes, what do we do first? Well, let's see if we can set the hive on fire. As soon as you touch the hot ember, the massive hive on the tree bursts into flame. In surprise, you jerk your hands back and drop the shell containing the ember to the web below. The air erupts with the nasty stinging bugs that had made the hive their home. And this is a bad situation. Alright, yellow flowers we have. How do I use these? Smell the yellow flowers. How do I just... I need to break them. Crush. Crush the yellow flowers. Send them at the spider. You crush the yellow flowers in your hand. Somehow the action releases an incredibly foul odor. Stronger than anything you've ever encountered. The insects swarming around you quickly fly away from the horrible smell and keep safe distance. We're gonna have them duke it out between each other. Alright, we are safe for the moment. But we still need to figure out how do we get them to attack the spider. Oh, can we not look at the insects? Ugly, mean-looking insects swarm around and on the hives attached to the trees surrounding them all. So we cannot apply more fire. Can we throw the nut at the spider? No. Probably doesn't make sense. Can you cut the web with the shear? Cut the pot with the shear. You gently place your foot on the web. The vibration travels to the center where the spider awaits. It springs up and starts to lumber towards you until you remove your foot. Then it stops and settles down again to wait at the center of the web. It doesn't look like you're going to get to the pod while the spider's there. Yes, we need to get rid of the spider. the requisite fire for the stream rogue, yes. There's something we're missing. Fire dances on the nearest hive. The angry insects who call it home swarm around it. Smell the yellow petals? Never smell anything quite so bad, so strong. It reminds you of the carrion left in the sun for a few weeks. That does not sound pleasant. A marmalade. Yes! Throw the marmalade at the spider. They're huge about sweet things. There we go. With a grunt of effort, you heave the jar of marmalade at the spider. It strikes dead center and smashes open. The marmalade splashes all over its disgusting body. You can smell the sickly sweet aroma from here. In your experience, bugs like old carrion? Yes. Also marmalade, it happens. The insects are immediately attracted by the sweet smell of the marmalade splashing the spider. As one, they swarm towards it. The center of the web becomes a flurry of activity. The stinging insects swirl around the spider as it thrashes in agony. Soon, the one-sided battle dies down. The spider slumps onto the web in death. And that is one dead spider. Perfect. We have indirectly killed it with fire. You almost feel sorry for the creature. Covered with the marmalade and crawling with insects, has lost much of the dignity of a great predator deserves. Fair, but also, I'm sure it would have eaten us if he had given it a chance. You scramble over the web until you get to the pod. There you whip out the garden shear and start to saw away the thick, sticky strands. After a few minutes, the golden staff, as well as its grisly ex-owner, are completely revealed. You grab the staff and make your way back to the relative safety of the ledge. Perfect. And we have actually retrieved the golden staff from the wall. Staff is perfect. The golden surface is flawless and much like any other Sartan artifacts you've found. Alright, I think we're done here. This whole place might go up in flames over time, which we don't want to stick around for. Can we push the corpse? You shove the remains of the ancient travel to one side. Underneath, you discovered a patch of toadstool and a glowing arrow. I'm so happy that I decided to do that. That would have been one to easily miss. Alright, take the arrow. Take the glowing arrow. Underneath you see a patch of small toadstools. Can we take them as well? Are they poisonous? Grab a bunch of toadstools. Nice. Waxy yellow toadstools are flecked with tiny red spots. Fungus. I actually quite like some mushrooms on pizza. Mushrooms can be quite nice under some circumstances, or in some meals. Alright, I think maybe now we're done. Is there anything else weird that we've missed? I feel like this might be all of it. I'm gonna cast a spell on the disc and we're gonna go back up. I'm not sure what we're gonna use the arrow for yet. Rogue doesn't like mushrooms. While Egrets thinks that they're great. Fair enough. Either is an entirely valid option. Or opinion, as it may be. Eating random mushrooms to forest is a great way to die horribly. Yeah. Yeah, like... Yeah, like, mushroom knowledge in Finland is something that... At least some of it is kind of... partially an expectation that you have at least a little bit of it. I am not very good at it. It's like the generations before that tended to have better information about them. We got like books that have pictures of the same mushroom, and one of them, or like of different mushrooms rather, I should say, and like one of them says like, well, you will die horribly if you eat this, basically, and the other one is like, well, it's a really tasty mushroom and it's really good. They look exactly the same. So yeah, good luck. Alright, I can probably turn off the spider warning. To be fair, you think mushroom foraging culture is a bit different in Finland and North America? I would imagine that they are quite different. I don't think like too many people in North America tend to like go out and like collect berries and mushrooms and things from the forest. Here it's a kind of a very natural thing for people to do. Here's a caution about never doing it unless you're absolutely an expert, I mean, I guess. It's justified you have a lot of deadly lookalikes. That also makes a difference for sure. There are a number of mushrooms that are more easy to identify here, and that may contribute to some degree, I suppose, but I think that it's also a cultural difference otherwise as well. But hey, we have a golden staff. Turns out this thing is the symbol of power for the elves. So, I don't know, let's do some matchmaking with the staff. The staff-based matchmaking, go. You give the final item to the prince and offer a quick word of encouragement. He breathes deeply to bolster his courage and strides toward the princess, holding the staff out before him like a shield. The prince nervously sidles up to the princess. Her eyes open wide when she sees the object he holds, and she excitedly asks about it. Okay. He stammers an explanation and she nods throughout, but it is obvious that he is losing her attention. He thrusts the bunch of flowers towards her. She gasps in astonishment, but smiles and accepts them. For the first time, you notice that she has a twinkle in her eye while looking at the prince. You sense that she is beginning to see the prince as something other than merely an elf or a prince, and more than a friend. She says nothing, however, and the silence begins to expand. This is speed dating right here. He thought that staff-based dating service would never work. It's going surprisingly well so far. The prince pulls out the book of poems and flips through it. He reads a random poem from which speaks of a man's love for his favorite steed. Oh, this is going terribly. When he realizes the poem's subject matter, he immediately stops and moves to another. Oh, instead of being insulted, the princess kills softly and the princess' voice attempts to enchant her. Liz is taking it with humor. Hey again, Binary News. Laughing birds. Soon he has found a heart-rending poem that actually brings tears to the eyes of the princess. At the end of the reading, she throws her arms around the prince and kisses him. Well, that was fast. I mean, they had known each other for a while now already. He drops the book and returns the kiss. After a few minutes of smiling... after a few minutes, the smiling prince wanders back to you. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna make a comment on that.
All of it! She has agreed to consider my courtship, and I owe it all to you, my friend, more than I can ever repay. But I will try. I know that you have a quest here, but I know not what it is. I will accompany and help you as I can, and perhaps I can give you some fraction of the happiness you have given me.
Excellent. Well, it seems... a love has won the day. We have an elf prince in our inventory now. Excellent.
Yes, my friend? What can I do for you?
He's just gonna follow us around now, like a puppy, I guess. Do you think you're gonna talk the princess into accompanying us?
Do you think I can talk the princess into accompanying us?
I'm sure she would be glad to accompany us if you asked. I would have asked her myself, but I didn't want to presume too much.
Oh, Binary News, this reminds you of one of BFS exes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue with my policy of not reading outlines like about exes and things aloud. But thank you for sharing either way. Right. Do you know anything about the dwarves?
Do you know anything about the dwarves?
I've never actually seen a dwarf, but my father has. As king, he's spoken with their representatives on a few occasions. They tend to keep to themselves most of the time. They remain carefully neutral in any conflicts we have with the humans, and they're incredibly stubborn. No amount of persuasion will make them take sides. All in all, we usually leave them alone, and they do the same.
Okay, that seems like a pretty good situation overall.
Do you know anything about the Citadel?
I'm afraid I've only heard that it exists, but I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm gonna go with this line.
Nothing right now, but stick with me.
Sure.
Okay, well, I guess we talk to the princess now.
Greetings. My prince explained that you are a friend of his and that you helped
My
bring us
prince
together.
now.
For
Okay.
that, I am indebted to you.
You're most welcome. That is a rather nice flute that you've got there. Prince is a sweet guy, isn't he? We can like wingman him a little bit more, I guess.
Prince is a sweet guy, isn't he?
He's very sweet. A little naive, but all the more adorable because of it. I never really thought of elves that way, but he changed my mind.
Good. Honestly, really good. What do you think your father is going to say about you, Union? Oof. I'll ask. It's going to come up sooner or later.
I don't think he's ever considered the idea, but he has a lot of respect for the elves. After a little grumbling, I think he'll be happy for me.
Okay. That's more positive than I expected. Cool. That is a nice flute that you've got there.
That's a nice flute you've got there.
Thank you. It was given to me by my warder. He's the one who trained me to hunt and track, but he also taught me to play this flute. He is one of the only people I know who still remembers how to play the old written music. There isn't much of it left, but he collected some of the ancient sheets and kept them safe. I was honored to learn this from him.
So she might be able to help us out. Tell me a little about your people.
Tell me a little about your people.
I thought you were human, but I guess you're not. Otherwise, my people would be your people. We're nomadic. We live all over Patryn following the game we hunt. It might appear to the other races that we're rather loosely organized, but that's not true. My father leads us wisely with the Council of the People. We have thrived for generations.
I mean, you can have multiple people of a people. But either way.
Our lives are hard, though, and sometimes dangerous. The appeal of the elves' safe and stable society affects many of us. For some, it's too much to resist. They come to the elves as refugees and beg for whatever work is available. I think my people want
that's
to
how
settle
it happened.
down. They follow my father out of loyalty, but they're ready to change the way they live. Even I wouldn't mind some stability.
How about a citadel? Maybe we can actually make the Sartans, like... One of the Sartans' plan actually, like, vaguely actually work to the benefit of the people of these realms. Probably not quite how they intended it, but, you know, better for it. Are you ill? It sounds like you've got a cough. Really?
Are you ill? It sounds like you've got a cough.
I do have a slight cough, but it's nothing. I caught a chill in a downpour a little while ago. I'll get over it eventually. Just now, it's not that bad.
Ah, that might interfere with her playing. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Would you mind doing me a favor?
A favor? Certainly. What is it?
I was wondering if you'd accompany me somewhere. I need to use your golden sword for a task. Can you play a quick tune on that flute?
Can you play a quick tune on that flute?
Certainly.
Without putting her lips to...
I'm sorry. This cough keeps me from
Fine.
playing for any length of time.
I guess that's very talented. This just blows on it from up there. She pipes a quick tune on the silver flute that hangs around her neck. You can tell that she's very talented. The melody is light and intoxicating, but as she gets halfway through the change in key, she coughs and looks a little embarrassed. Okay, so yes, she's a little bit ill.
Would you mind doing me a favor?
Favor? Yes. Could you scratch my back? No. Okay. I was wondering if you'd accompany me somewhere. I need to use your golden sword for a task.
I was wondering if you'd accompany me somewhere. I need you to use your golden sword for a task.
Of course I'll help you. I can't imagine what task would require my golden sword. It's not much of a weapon, it's a symbol of leadership. But I'll be happy to accompany you.
It's not much of a weapon, that's right. Right, nice. We've got a princess now as well in our inventory. Princesses. Interesting. These like expand out one more box. Alright, we have the healing salve, so we're gonna give it to the human princess. Salve heals wounds, it doesn't cure colds. Damn. Alright, well, there goes out that idea. There might be something else we can use here. To heal the cold. Maybe the toadstools or something, I don't know. to have a chat with the cook.
I've no time for you and your foolishness. You're no kitchen worker, so you've no place here.
Oh,
Take
just get kicked out now, I guess. Yep. Yep, alright, well that's... path is done, I guess. Alright, we're gonna have to figure out a way to cure the princess's cold. We can swing across real quick. The princess waits on the other side. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, let's have a quick chat with the Swift app. Would you like to look at these toadstools?
Well, that's sweet of you. A present. Don't think I forgot you. I've got yours in here somewhere.
Takes the toadstools from you and sticks them in his robe. Runs around inside his robe, produces the same toadstools and presents them back to you with a smile. Well, how sweet. He gifted us our own toadstools. Neat. How about a nut?
Well, that's sweet
Same nut.
of you.
Same nut. Same hat. Okay, curious. You think he thinks we're like a dog? How do you figure it? Oh. Like, am I gonna throw something your way if you don't throw it anyway after all? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, this is... Okay, there's just some things wrong about, like, just gathering up the kids and, like, taking them into our ship. But, you know, Tree City... We're a responsible adult, so it's gonna be fun. Actually, but it's not a lot. Anyway, and I'm not think we've been very responsible so far, but you know, close enough. We just need a dwarf, a friendly dwarf with a golden hammer would be great.
Yes,
How
my
about,
friend? What can I do for you?
I don't think it's gonna work. Oh.
Nothing right now, but stick with me. Sure.
Put the elf prince in the staff recess. Yes, that's where he goes, in the square hole. In the staff hole. What are we going to do with that mysterious arrow? Okay, just on the off chance, I'm gonna try and give the toadstools to the princess. So looks a little confused by the offer. Politely, she refuses. Okay, fair enough. How about... How about a nut? No. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoops. Not the handbook. No. I feel like we need to make the princess play the song, but we need to cure her cold first, which... I am not sure how do we do that. Oh, no, this is not where I want to go. Let's see the map. Right, it was the south. No, north. Alright, cool. Can you put the elf prince on the branch? Would you like to perch? Elf isn't going there unless he wants to go. Fair enough. How about the princess then? Perch together. Oh! Something has changed. The forest is unnaturally still. There are no sounds of birds or animals. There's no wind. A young dwarf girl is tied to a tree with vines here. And she looks desperate. I feel like maybe she tried to mess with the Titans. The vines are thick and strong. You don't even think you could lift them, much less untie the massive knots that hold the struggling dwarf fast. Those are some big vines then. The Titans might be okay with us talking to her.
You've got to get out of here! There are giants everywhere! They're hiding in the trees just waiting for someone to walk into their forest.
This one right behind you.
Throw them against a very uncomfortable tree and tie them up with vines. Leave before it's too late.
It's okay, we're an adventurer. Is the arrow sharp enough? No. This shear is definitely not sharp enough, is it? Okay, I feel like they don't like this plan. You approach a struggling dwarf, but when you come within a few yards of her, the surrounding trees shake. Giants appear, lumbering menacingly toward you. They look vaguely human, save for their lack of hair, their huge size, and their eyeless faces. Something other than sight must direct them, for they avoid all obstacles in their single-minded pursuit of you. You'd retreat rather in a rush, and the forms melt back in the trees. The dwarf slumps in despair. Okay, I've gotta try the dumbest spell. Although I think this is, yeah, I don't think, there's no way we can cast this spell. Yeah, I think swap requires touch. Also, it would put us in trouble.
I may be helpless, but you're not going to sate your nasty human urges with me.
Excuse me, what?
Stories about your kind.
Definitely not my intention. Thanks. Try to hold the dwarf, but even though tied up, she manages to scram for her grasp. Okay. They just let us get in close. The Titans, interesting. Okay, well, oh boy. You got a sword.
Yes, my friend? What can I do for you?
Nothing right now, but stick with me.
We could use your really bad sword right now. I think we need to, I think we just need the princess to help with this one. I don't know how to fix her cough though. Like, how do we heal her cough? Is there anyone or anything that we have seen that could help for that? We have like weird pink plants, toadstools and things, which we don't really have any clear use for. Vicks? Yes. Vapor rub. We can't just talk to her, unfortunately, while she's tied up to the tree. There's gotta be something we missed. Do we have new items we could maybe use here? toadstools in the nut? No. Yellow petals in the nut? Oh! Ah! You stuffed the nut full of the foul-smelling flowers. Alright, maybe have a spicy nut. How about would you like to enjoy this? Just toss it to the animal. Animal tucks it close to its furry body, inserts 2-pointed talons in the hole of the shell, and then exerts pressure. This is going to go badly for you, friend. With a crack, the nut breaks open. The yellow petals stuffed inside the nut fly everywhere. One whiff makes the animal's nose wrinkle up. Evidently, this isn't how its favorite food is supposed to smell. It hurls the nut back at you, and when it lands, the meat of the nut falls right at your feet. Nice. Perfect. Okay, that was quite successful. Ah, there it is. Smell it. Distinct with pleasant nutty aroma. Take it. From the size of the nut, you'd have guessed it to contain more meat. It's about the size of your fist. It looks and smells appetizing. She'll like it. Nut? No, she does not. Alright, none of these combine directly. But we have solved one more problem. Alright. I think at this point, it might be good for us to finish for now. Oh, I didn't even realize I have 486 followers now. That's amazing. That's perfect. Because we're playing this on a 486. What a good number. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, we will be continuing these adventures later. Yeah, heck yeah, Izzy. And yeah, I hope you join me for the next bit as we try and figure out how do we cure a common cold. One mystery that humanity has struggled with for ages. That's all.